Lit, bitch, we on fire. Ay, praise to the Most High. Ay,
Shalom, Shalom Israel, giving honor to the Most High God and His Son Yahushua. We are the battle axes of the Most High, coming at you with another Shabbat class, a great Shabbat class from the Most High God. We pray that right now the wisdom of the Lord is within us, that He puts His Holy Spirit within us to give great knowledge to a nation, a great nation of people on this high holy day, Sabbath day. Today's class will be no greater love than Israel. No greater love than Israel. Shalom to brothers and sisters that are online. Shalom to brothers and sisters in the class today. Just thank the Most High God for this opportunity. And let's try to get some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is the most important principal thing for our lives right now. Like I said, Shabbat Shalom. Happy Shabbat. Let's get some learning today. No greater love than Israel. We'll start in Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5. When you get there, you bring that out. I want to get that one too to see if they simultaneously work both of them.
Shalom, shalom. Khan. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 5.
Matter of fact, let's just start from the top. Let's real quick. Hold on. You come over here because they won't hear it unless you're on your mic. Give us a minute, brothers and sisters. We can get the sound going right quick. Yeah, unless we're speaking the mic, so we want to make sure the sound is good. So we'll be at Deuteronomy 6 and we'll start at verse 1. It's 1 minute.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which the Lord your God commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land where you go to possess it.
A lot of personal pronouns within the scripture, right? The commandments, the statutes, the judgments with the Lord your God, right? The Lord your God. Yeah, it's class. Yeah, it's class. I was with the Lord your God commanded to teach you. Right? This is love within itself. Everything that we're reading you, it is definitely love that the Most High God has bestowed upon the children of Israel. Right? Let's say your God and the laws, the statutes, the commandments that He wanted to teach you. Who has a precept for that? The laws, and commandments tie in or one and the same. See, our brothers got that precept right there. Yeah, 6 and 1. That the laws, the statutes, and the commandments, they are all the same. They are all one. Second Kings 17. Yeah, real. Did you know this? Better. 2 Kings 17, and let's read verse 37.
Khan. book of 2 Kings, chapter 17, and verse 37.
Bring it out.
And the statutes, and the ordinances, and the law, and the commandment, which he wrote for you, ye shall observe to do forevermore. Ye shall not fear other gods.
So when you see statutes, when you see ordinances, laws, and commandments, they are all for the children of Israel, and they are all the same things, or laws, statutes, and commandments that we must do, right? So they all going hand in hand, basically, right? Ordinances, laws, statutes, and commandments. So make sure y'all put that next to Deuteronomy 6:1. Because a lot of people say, well, that ain't no commandment, it's a statute, right? Or that ain't it's an ordinance, right? These things go hand in hand. You can basically say they are one and the same, right? So let's go back to Deuteronomy 6:1. Just make sure y'all put that precept down.
Con, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 1. Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments, which the Lord your God commanded to teach you, that you might do them in the land, whether you go to possess it.
Okay, read on.
That thou mightest fear the Lord thy God.
That we might is what?
That thou mightest fear the Lord thy God.
We definitely got to have fear of our maker, of the creator, right? That's the start of us having wisdom and getting understanding and getting on the right path of who we are. Read.
Come. To keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee, thou and thy son and thy son's son, all the days of thy life, and that thy days may be prolonged.
So again, you can't get outside of the commandments. And the Lord is very particular in his reading and his wordplay, how he gave brothers the spirit to write it down, how they wrote it down, right? It says you got to what? Teach it to your son, your son's sons, right? Let you know that these are going to be throughout your generations. This is a generational ordinance or a generational law, statute, or commandment that I give to the children of Israel, right? And it says that it might what? Prolong your days. I don't know why people don't want to keep the commandments when the commandments are your strength. The commandments have what? What they call them? Perks, right? We ain't talking about the pills. We talking about perks. We talking about good things, man. The commandments come with perks. You prolong your days, right? By keeping the commandments of the Most High God. The commandments are your strength or your defense amongst the world, man. The nation of the world of heathens, man, right? Read on.
Con. Verse 3. Hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it.
Read.
That it may be well with thee, and that ye may increase mightily.
And that we may increase mightily. So we're trying to increase mightily. That's why we have the youngsters, right? In class, man, right? Because the Bible told us to teach our sons, right? We're trying to raise up mighty young kings, man, right? We always say that. If you think we tough, wait till you see this next generation, man, that we raising from youth up, man. See, we got in the truth. We had a whole lot of wickedness within us, right? But these youngsters, yeah, they out the back. They come out the womb right. No pork, no shrimp. They clean with it, right? Off the muscle. They straight getting into the law, statutes, and commandments. They're not able to see or dibble and dabble in some of the things that we were able to. And for that reason, they are going to be a mighty nation of brothers, man, and sisters, man, right? Read on.
Con. That ye may increase mightily, as the Lord God of thy fathers hath promised thee, in the land that floweth with milk and honey.
That's a word that we want to look at today too, because a part of the love that is bestowed upon Israel comes with what? Promises. I promise, right? We always know songs say what? Never make a promise that you what? Can't keep, right? I promise. This is a strong word, right? That means that it has to come to fruition, man. That is a great word that we're going to look at today, and the love that is bestowed amongst Israel, that there are promises from the Most High God, right? And we know that the Lord is a man that cannot lie, right? It's the promises that the Lord deals with us within us. Read.
Con. Verse 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord.
The Lord our God possesses. Read.
And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might.
Man, say, and that's a cut too. The Lord is one God, right? Ain't no, oh, he's Christ. He's the Most High. Nah. The Lord is one God, right? And read verse 5 again.
And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might.
So this is a commandment that the Lord is giving who? The children of Israel, right? He's telling us that we have to love him with all our might, with all our soul, right? Basically, right? Wholeheartedly. Has he ever spoken to the heathen in this fashion? Therefore, the heathen will never be able to love the Lord with all their might or with all their soul, right? This is the reason why we want to talk and get Christians or these apologetics to understand. You are who you are, right? I don't know if y'all know about football, but Dennis Green, he lost the game. He was mad. He coached for the Cardinals. And he said, they were who we thought they were. He said, we let them off the hook, though. Heathen nations, they are who we think they are. And that's according to the scriptures. You can't change that. The Creator made it that way. You can't change that. Get a precept real quick, Sirach 34. You cannot change that. They are who they were supposed to be. This love that the Lord is telling us to love him with wholeheartedly, the heathen nations will never be able to do this. Why? Because the Lord never installed it within them or put this within them, right? Sirach 34:4. Did I say something different?
No.
Okay.
The book of Sirach, chapter 34 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
Of an unclean thing.
Of an unclean thing.
What can be cleansed?
What can be cleansed of it? Of a heathen, what can be cleansed of the heathen? Right? Of a pig, what can be cleansed of the pig, man? Right? And so forth on. Unclean things cannot be made clean. You can't do it. Apologetics can't do it. Christianity can't do it. Pastor Pork Chop, whoever they is, Pam, they cannot change a unclean thing into something clean. It's no way possible. So the love that the Lord has given the children of Israel, he told us to love him with our whole hearts. Because we know by process of elimination, he never told the heathen that. Why? Because the heathen will never be able to love him with their whole heart. So why bring them into what? The new covenant? Why bring them into what? Salvation. It just doesn't make sense, man. This is the love. This is the greater love that Israel has compared to the world, right? Go to Deuteronomy since we're there. Let's stay in there. Let's go to 10 and 12. Just want y'all to see it constantly throughout the laws, throughout the Lord giving us statutes, ordinances, and commandments. He is telling us to love him greatly, right? Not once has he ever asked, and I know I got the what you say, it ain't there, it ain't in there. You won't find nowhere in the scriptures where the Lord is telling the heathen to love him like the children of Israel. Right? You won't find it because they cannot read this. Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel.
And now everybody.
And now Israel. What would the Lord thy God require of thee?
There are requirements amongst the Israelites. Has he asked about a requirement amongst the heathen? No. These requirements that the Lord has given us, these are requirements from our maker, the creator, to what? His chosen people. There are requirements that we have. Read.
And now Israel, What doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?
Because we always ask this question, brothers who walk by us. Yeah, I'm an Israelite. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, brother, I'm from the tribe of Judah. Got to go, brother. Yeah, man, I got to go to work, man. But yeah, I know. Hey, I'm woke. I hate that one. Yeah, I'm woke, brother. I'm woke. Boy, you are walking dead. You are walking sleep, man. Come on, man. If you woke, then you know what? That there are requirements that you must do. You woke, but you don't have any fringes on your shirt. You're woke, but you walking around here with a clean booty face, right? Looking like a female lion, right? You're woke, but you got a Williams chicken box in your hand walking on the Sabbath. Come on, man. There are requirements amongst the children of Israel that we know by what? Process elimination. Again, you're not woke. Read on.
What doeth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God.
I'll go that word again. To fear God, man. We have to have the fear that our Maker will take us out this thing. Read.
To walk in all his ways.
How do you walk in all the ways of the Lord? Simple. Keeping his commandments, right? Did Christ keep the commandments?
Right.
So what should we be doing? Keeping the commandments. Walk in the ways of the Lord, man, right? Read on.
And to love him.
And to what?
And to love him.
Constantly throughout the scriptures, you see the Lord telling us that we have to love him, right? What is love? What is love, Brother Keith? That's a precept. That's a precept to this. We can go there next too. But what is love? How do you love God? Brother Keith? Yeah, no, put your hand down. I got one for you. I got one for you, second angel. Yeah, precept, brother. Precept me out. Precept me out. Put your hand down, brother. I got you too. Yeah. Y'all might not want to put your hands up because I'm gonna ask you a harder one. Precept me out. How do we love God? Shamwa, help Brother Keith out. 1 John 5:3, y'all. What is that? Keeping the what? Keeping the commandments. Wait a minute. You love God by keeping the commandments? Were they given to everybody? Man. Shamwa, I like that note real quick, man. Quick on the draw, man. No, they were not. So again, by default, we know that the heathen will never have love that is bestowed upon us like the Lord has given us, right? They cannot love God how we love God, right? But we see constantly throughout the scriptures, the Lord is telling the children of Israel in chapter 6 and chapter 10 to love me, right? Wholeheartedly, right? They cannot do that. The Lord didn't require that from them. He requires that from us. Why? Because we are a nation that can love God wholeheartedly. You got something out?
Talking about, man. Think about it, man. What nation of people fill up the churches, man? Think about it, man. When our people are singing unto the Most High, man, we crying out our hearts and our spirit unto him, man. Think about our people that do that, man. Think about these things, man. Nobody serves and worships the Most High like so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Let me get a precept right quick to touch on that cleanse. Give me Jeremiah chapter 33, verse 6. Even like Ak was saying, the Most High God is only prophesied who the Most High God is cleansing. He's cleansing us first. If that was the case, why not cleanse everybody at the same time? It's a hierarchy. Even with the cleansing and the healing, we get healed first, then the other nations. And they don't get healed like we get healed. Our healing is a what? A new mind, a new spirit, and what? New bodies. Hey, read this right quick.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 33 and verse 6.
Break it out.
Behold, I will bring it health and cure.
And what?
And cure.
He will bring it. Read it again. I will bring it health and cure. Read it again.
Behold, I will bring it health and cure.
Read on.
And I will cure them.
And the Most High God will cure us. Read on up.
And will reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth.
He didn't say everybody. He said unto them. Read on up.
And I will cause the captivity of Judah and the captivity of Israel to return.
Read on up.
And will build them.
Meaning bring us out of that captivity and build us. Stay with us, twin. Read on up.
And will build them as at the first.
and will build us at the first, man. That's some heavy stuff right there. Because nowhere we read about the Most High God building the other nations at the first. He only chose Israel, man, at the first, from the foundation. You don't know.
And I will cleanse them from all their iniquity.
And
I will cleanse them for all their iniquity,
read on.
whereby they have sinned against me.
Uh-huh.
And I will pardon all their iniquities, whereby they have sinned, and whereby they have transgressed against me.
So we see what Most High God is healing and cleansing us and are pardoning us, not the other nations, man. Plain. Go ahead,
Because our praise is great precept, man. That's a heavy precept, man. It definitely showed. It was so many possessive pronouns, and I'm glad I hit those things, right? He kept showing you them, their, us. That ain't everybody. Us has a context. Them has a context. All has a context, right? World has a context, right? In this context, he is talking about the children of Israel, right? Let's go to 2 Ezra chapter 5. So the love that is bestowed amongst Israel, no other nation has that, right? 2 Ezra 5. This is why the heathen raged. This is why they took out the Apocrypha of the Bible. This is why they constantly have, an indignation with you forever, man. This is why they go to sleep at night trying to keep you a good little nigga. Because they don't have this love. There's no greater love than the love of Israel, man. Right? And we go prove that today. 2 Ezra 5:27.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 5 and verse 27.
Bring it out.
And among all the multitudes of peoples, thou hast gotten thee one people.
Now we know this is the Lord's favorites, right? If you don't have that right here, make sure you put that. We told y'all before. This is going into the Lord's favorite. Everything that the Lord has. People say they have a personal relationship with the Most High God. You take them to 2 Ezra 5 and see if they know what his favorites are. Because if you have a personal relationship with your wife or your husband, you know what they like to eat, right? You know what they don't like to soap or bathe with, or whatever they favorite soap, right? You know their favorite toothpaste, right? You know their favorite little lotion, man. Bath and Body Works honeysuckle cucumber. Yes. Is that what that is? Oh, yeah, my wife love that. Give me that. How much you say that? Yeah, let me get two of those. Right? Take them here. They always say they got a personal relationship with God. Well, let's see if they have it personally, really, right? Because he shows us his favorites. Read it.
And among all the multitudes of peoples, thou hast gotten thee one people.
One people. Read.
And unto this people.
One people or one what?
Nation.
Nation. All praises. One people or one nation. Read.
And unto this people whom thou lovest.
Unto this nation whom thou lovest. Whom thou what?
Whom thou lovest.
Come on, man. Ain't no greater love than love from the Most High God. This nation that the Lord loveth. Now, we've been reading in Deuteronomy. He's telling us to love him. But he's showing you that what the love that he has for us. Right? This nation that the Lord loveth, read.
Thou gavest a law that is approved of all.
He gave us a law that is approved for all. Like we said, who are the laws given to? This people that he what? That he loveth, right? This nation that he loveth, right? The heathens don't know nothing about no laws, nothing about no statutes and commandments. Since we're here, jump over a page. Let's go to 2 Ezra chapter 3. Yeah, we're going to read it down. Let's read it down. All praises. Y'all should know where we at since we in 2 Ezra. Right? So, it said this nation or this people that the Lord loveth, he gave a law. Didn't give it to everybody. He gave this people a law. Let's start at verse 30.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 3 and verse 30.
Bring it out.
For I have seen how thou sufferest them sinning, and hast spared wicked doers, and hast destroyed thy people, and hast preserved thine enemies.
He said the Lord has spared wicked doers. I need a precept, brothers. I hope y'all with me. It said, we have seen how you have spared wicked doers, evil doers, heathen. Where we going, twin? Where we going? I know y'all, I know y'all can catch that. Officer Burn Kai was he was like in this class, like, I'm trying not to go to it. Yeah, he was like, I'm trying not to go to it, but I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. Come on, where we at? Read it again for them, out. See if they can catch it.
Con. For I have seen how thou sufferest them sinning, and has spared wicked doers.
He has spared wicked doers. What does it mean to spare a wicked doer? When you spare somebody, what you do? Mercy, or guess what? Not really mercy, but what? My partner, you say this all the time in the hood, let me make it. Say, bro, let me make it. And when you hear somebody say, let me make it, you probably want to let them make it, man. And you're going to hear that a lot. Brother, you talking noise, say, hey, bro, just let me make it, bro. Just let me make it, right? He let them make it, even though they were wicked. Let's go to 2 Maccabees. I tried to talk y'all up. I tried, but it's early. I know we got to get our light bulbs twist. Twist your light bulbs, my friend. Twist your light bulb, brother Keith. Twist your light bulb. It's a little dim. Twist your light bulb. Come on, Renard. Twist your light bulb for me. Second edge first. Twist your light bulbs. Right? Daoud. Pull it. Let's go. Second Maccabees 6 and 12. Right? You got to make these things come to life. You got to make scriptures go hand in hand and be like, oh, okay. Right? Make it make sense. Right? We go confound the Christian, man. Read this.
Con. Book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 12. Now beseech those that read this book, that they be not discouraged for these calamities.
Read on.
But that they judge those punishments, not to be for destruction.
Not to be for destruction for the children of Israel. The Lord doesn't punish us to destroy us. Read.
But for a chastening of our nation.
That's love, man. That's love, that the Lord whoop you for you to get better. Same thing your parents used to do when you were young. Whoop your butt, not because they hate you. And all of us had that thought in my mind. We getting that extension cord on our butt, man. You be like, Mama, you hit me with the plug. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna hit you with the plug again. Like, well, don't hit me with the plug. Yeah, because she loves you enough to not see you go through and make mistakes that she made, right? Or your father loved you enough to not see you go through the mistakes that he made, right? Read.
But that they judge those punishments, not to be for destruction.
Read.
But for a chastening of our nation.
That's love, man. Read.
For it is a token of his great goodness when wicked doers are not suffered any long time.
But what?
But forthwith punished.
When wicked doers are what?
Not suffered any long time.
That they are not suffered any long time.
But forthwith punished.
But are forthwith punished.
Okay, teacher. What did I tell you? Ouch. I told you to stop doing that.
People is suffering like no other nation, man. What does the word token mean, twin? What does the word token mean? Twin. No. Say it again. A sign. Make sure that brothers and sisters write it down. Because we read over these words. How y'all just gonna read over a word and really don't know what it means? Because once you understand what it means, it makes more sense. The Most High God is having us suffer as a what? A sign to show you who his chosen people is. And by process of elimination, you know who these people are, man. You easily know, man. And no, it's not Ham over there with the big bellies over there, man, with the flies around. No, it's us as a nation of people. Because they just over there in Africa. We everywhere suffering. That's the point. Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, and we, like you said, we don't care. We don't care, yeah. With the big bellies, yeah, with the flies running around, yeah, we don't care. People like, why y'all so talking? Hey, man, hey, this is blood from the Lord. We don't care. That's right. That's right. We don't care. Shoot, we gonna talk about it. But he said we are forthwith punished, right? Look, he got something going. He thought it was something. Yeah, no, sir. No, sir. So we see that we What? And I'm gonna ask y'all this: how many times have you did? Be honest, man. You done did something wicked, something you know that you weren't supposed to do, and now every day after you do that, you got your head over your shoulder, like, man, when the Lord gonna get me, man? When the Lord gonna get me? You driving your car, like, man, let me go 60, just in case this tire busts, because the Lord might get me today. You get to work, you on your P's and Q's, you got your radio, 10-4, yeah, over. I'm on my way. You quick, because the Lord might get me today. The Lord, that's how the Lord works with us. We not forward punished. You know that judgment is coming around the corner. Yeah, and who can? And that's like a hustler living every day, but he got his head over his shoulder. You can't even enjoy it. You can't even enjoy the sin because you know sin feel good. You can't enjoy it because you know judgment coming right around the corner. That's how the Lord deal with us. Keep reading.
Con. Verse 14. For not as with other nations.
But read that again.
For not as with other nations.
But hold on, we're talking about a different people or nation
whom the Lord patiently forbear to punish.
What does he do with the heathen?
Patiently forbear to punish.
How do we know this is the heathen? Because if you are not Israel, you are considered a what? It's just by default, right? Read that again.
For not as with other nations, whom the Lord patiently forbear to punish.
Read.
Till they become to the fullness of their sins, so dealeth he with us.
And that's what a lot of people say. Well, why y'all still reading that Bible, waiting on that God, and he got y'all still in this situation? Hey, the Lord is patiently waiting. And guess what? They sins are reaching up to the top, man, right? So make sure you precept that. Let's go back to 2 and see, does it make sense now, right? Yes, sir.
Come. The book of 2 Esdras, chapter 3 and verse 30. For I have seen how thou sufferest them sinning, and has spared wicked doers.
And has spared wicked doers, read.
And has destroyed thy people.
But destroyed our people. The wicked stuff they done did, hey, but our people, we done got destroyed for. We done got the judgment, right? Read.
And has preserved thine enemies.
And
has not signified it.
But he preserved the enemies, right? Because he said what? Those who what? He forthwith punish us. He said, but not like the other nations who what? He patiently waited on, right? Right? He spared the enemies, right? Because those enemies are going to have to still be our enemies, man. Because of our sin, right? Because of our wrongdoing. So make sure y'all put the 2 12 on 30, man. Read 31.
I do not remember how this way may be left. Are they then of Babylon better than they of Zion?
They then of the heathen nations better than Israel? Hey, it just asked some tough questions, man. Some questions that mama been done slapped you in your mouth. You be like, man, I'm finna go ask mama. Now you been a big brother, man, bro. Don't you ask her that? I'm finna. That's what Edges do. He asking tough questions, man. Might get you slapped in your mouth. Read.
Con. Or is there any other people that knoweth thee besides Israel?
There is no other nation of people that knoweth the Lord how Israel knows the Lord. There's no greater love within other nations because they don't have that love. Read.
Or what generation had so believed thy covenants as Jacob?
As who?
As Jacob.
As Israel. Read.
And yet the reward appeared not, and their labor hath no fruit. For I have gone here and there through the heathen.
Through the what?
Through the heathen.
Man, this is why they took this out the Bible. It get real. It get real. Read on.
And I see that they flow in wealth and think not upon thy commandments.
Now, look at the world. Who is flowing in wealth and not keeping a single damn commandment? I'm talking about, I'm going to tell you, man, I always say this. I know y'all heard them Edomites, man, they got these big old beards. You think they keeping that as a commandment? No, it's just no shave November. They said, well, I'm going to keep it going. Right? But flowing in wealth. Right? Got all the trucks you can think of. Right? Had all the credit that you wish you had. This is getting down to the T, man. That's why they take this out, because this is a real life situation right here. Read this again.
Con. And yet the reward appeareth not.
Our reward don't appear yet, right? Which we think it don't, though. Right. Read.
And their labor hath no fruit.
Because we don't see any progress in our people. Rick, read.
For I have gone here and there through the heathen.
Through the what?
Through the heathen. And I see that they flow in wealth,
that they rich. Read.
and think not upon thy commandments.
But ain't keeping a single damn commandment, man. Is that not the world today? Is that not the heathen? Is that not Lil Jim's son, Sue, and them? Go do your nails and your hair, and then they got the Chinese buffet right around the corner. Leave and get your hair done, and you go eat a little cat and rice, right? Is that not them? And you got cats lined up. Hey, man, it's a $12 buffet, yeah, because you eating cat and dog, man. Yeah, that's why. Right? Or not the heathen, or not the Edomites out here wealthy. I'm talking about logistics is booming. Who you think owning these damn companies, man? All these warehouses. You won't find me no, man, I don't know, no Jake owning these companies, man. Right? This exactly. Read on.
Verse 34. Weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance.
Read.
And theirs also.
Say, weigh our wickedness in the balance, and then weigh theirs also, right? Weigh this thing out. Because it ain't adding up. We getting punished off the muscle, but they out here living lavish. And they out here wicked. They out here ain't showing no love to us, right? When we came out of Egypt, Lord, they met us with what? With rigor. Them letting us pass through. They tried to put us in some more captive. Read.
Weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and there's also that dwell in the world.
Oh man, this is heavy. And there's also that dwell in the world. Read.
And so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel.
Thy name, thy commandments, thy love, right? Thou covenants, right? Thy love is only found in Israel. Read.
Or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight?
Man, read on.
Or what people had so kept thy commandments?
What people have to keep the commandments of the Lord? Read.
Thou shalt find that Israel by name hath kept thy precepts.
But what?
But not the heathen.
Israel by name has kept that love and bestowed that love upon you, Lord. Israel by name has showed love to one another, right? And that's the heavy part about the love, the greater love. We show greater love to one another, right? We are commanded to show love to each other, right? Man, the heathen one, they take out each other. Who you think called a hit on JFK? You think it was Jake? Yeah, knock JFK off, man. Yeah, nah, it was Edom on Edom. Yeah, we go frame the wife. I mean, this is just a lot of stuff they say. We go frame the wife, right? Tell them she don't abide by the hey, she going down for the murder. It's just a lot, man. Heathens don't have or know how to have that love that what Leviticus 19 and 17 like we do, right? And while we were living as Gentiles in that mind state, we didn't either, right? Because we'll cuss a nigga out real quick, won't we? Yeah, we get on real quick. What you say? No. Ask him what he said. You like, nah, let him make it. Nah, he ain't making nothing. Right? But now that we are of the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, now we understand that love. But it says, read 36 one more time.
Thou shalt find that Israel by name hath kept thy precepts,
but not
the heathen.
The heathen don't have this love, man. The heathen don't have this love that the Lord gave to the children of Israel. Go to Deuteronomy. Go back to Deuteronomy. Let's go to 7 now. Just jump off precepts, man. You already know how we do it. The wake up precepts, the wake up call. Right? Deuteronomy 7, we'll start at 6. So we see that Israel by name has kept the precepts, but not the heathen. Why? Because Israel are the commandment. We are the commandment owners, right? We are owners of the commandments through the Most High God, through a Mashiach, man.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Read.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Read.
The Lord thy God had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Man, I don't understand how people can't hear this or read this and not want to learn more about the Bible. When you hear this and see this above all people, I don't see how somebody can still say, well, it don't say, because I've seen people still go at this. Well, that don't mean that it just said above all people on the face of the earth. Read on.
Con, the Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for you were the fewest of all people.
So here we go. The Lord said he did not put his love or set his love amongst us because we were the greater people, right? Read. This is that greater love that we were given by the Most High God. He could have chose who? He could have chose the Philistines, right? He could have chose the Girgashites, right? The 7 nations that he said were what? Mighty and stronger than us, right? But this is the great love that he showed us by us not being that great nation at that time. Hey, I'm going to give y'all commandments. I choose you, right? That's the love that we have to understand that the Lord gave us, man. And by him choosing us, we need to choose him back, man.
Because I'm going to tell y'all, the point that Captain Yar is bringing out is a heavy, heavy point. Think about it, man. The Most High God, we were like one of the last nations. Think about it, man. How else could we have come into that so fast without the power of the Most High? That's why the Most High God is doing that. That's why everybody is in here in this truth, man. Think about that, man. And we can never go back to those old ways, man. How the Most High God took us, because he's given us all this great history on how fast he brought us in a short amount of time. To being the last nation, to being the most powerful nation during what time period? When were we the most powerful? Who knows? Any brother? When was Israel the most powerful? Bruce should know that. What you got in your call? King Solomon time. Bruce should know that. That is when the blessings were poured upon us during the time of King Solomon. If Bruce don't know it, make a mental note. Sisters don't, write it down. Go home and study these things. Go ahead.
Remember that too, because we're going to be in there in a little bit. Read 7 again.
Verse 7. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you.
His love, right? That's the greatest love possible. It said his love upon us. Read.
Nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people.
Read on.
But because the Lord loved you.
Because the Lord loved you, man. That's heavy. Read.
And because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers.
Oath. Keep the agreement. I said I'm going to make you a great nation. Damn it, that's what I'm going to do.
That's right.
See, we don't understand that a lot because we break agreements and covenants throughout our life all the time. Hey, brother, I'm going to give you that money back, man, on Thursday. Huh, Brother Keenan? It was a little later than Thursday, wasn't it? You know what I'm saying? That we don't understand it. That's why it don't really hit like that to us, because we known for breaking oaths. We known for breaking covenants. Hey, yeah, brother, I'm gonna come over there and get that grill, man, Sunday. Real, right? We ain't gotta sugarcoat it. Real talk. Yeah. Where the grill at? Still over there, right? Because we break covenants on a daily basis. So we don't understand this, that the Lord is giving us the love, the fervent love that the Lord is actually showing us. What if the Lord broke a covenant with us just one time? What if he broke the covenant with us on Mount Horeb? Right? I mean, it's just crazy. We got to look at it like this, man. There's no greater love, man. And the Lord said, I set my love upon you. Read on. Read 8 again.
Con. But because the Lord loved you,
and
because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, had the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
King of Egypt. Read on.
Know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant in mercy with them that love him.
With them that do what?
With them that love him.
That's why I say the Lord chose us. We need to choose him back. Because the Lord ain't just dealing like that, man, without the love being bestowed back to him, man. You have to show him that love back. Read.
And keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.
How long?
to 1,000 generations.
Read on.
Verse 10. And repayeth them that hate him to their face.
And what is he gonna do?
And repayeth them that hate him to their face.
That's why you better get on this love train. Because he said he gonna repay them that hate him to their face. Yeah, I'm gonna look at you in your face before I judgment seat. Yeah, what I tell you to do? Did you do it now? It's gonna be right there in your face. Read on.
Con. To destroy them, he will not be slack to him that hated him.
Mm-hmm.
He will repay him to his face.
See, and a lot of people seem to think that the Lord is slack right now, Esau. No, it's right on time. Remember, Habakkuk said, man, hey, though it tarry, wait for it, because you best believe it's coming. Oh, y'all ain't got time to wait? Oh, y'all done waiting? Well, I'm going to go on and sit down right here. I'm going to sit myself down, because the Bible says that though it wait, tarry, man. I mean, though it tarry, wait for it, right? Because it shall surely come. Read on, finish it out.
Con. Verse 11. Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which I command thee this day.
So what?
To do them.
That's the love, to do them. You got something?
Is going into, and that's something that we can live and learn from the Most High. You know, to keep your promise. That even kind of goes into the laws of the Most High. Keep your promise. Practice that word which you done gave out, man. Because we know, even like Captain hey, he put it out there, man. We say we're gonna do something, hey, we don't get it done to the next 2 weeks, man. Putting off that slothful and slack spirit. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. Read this right quick.
The book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, and verse 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise.
Read it again.
The Lord is not slack concerning his promise.
The Lord is not slack concerning his promise. What is the promise, Brother Bala? Romans 9 and 4. Read on.
As some men count slack,
because even like Aqua's going into, many of our people, we count slackness. Meaning what? We practice slackness. Right. We slothful, man. Saying we gonna do something, hey, it don't get done to the next week, to the next month. We constantly do what? Put off and prolong these things. So the Most High God gave us what? Sirach chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. When we putting off what? From day to day. Thinking that we in our comfort zone and we can easily be judged. Even like Aqua said, think about it. The Most High God, guess what? Judged us every single second for the wrong that we have done. Think about it, man. Read on up.
Con. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward.
But is long suffering to usward. Who is the usward, Bruce? Need Bruce to understand that concept. Read on up.
Not willing that any should perish.
Now, you get a dumb apologetics that say not any should perish. Who is the any in that? Israel. The same context, man. Don't be deceived by that. Read on up.
But that all should come to repentance.
Now, who is the all that should come to repentance? Israel. The same that was what? The usward, the any, the all. It's all the same context. So we want to make sure that we learn from this and stop being slack and slothful when it comes to doing the work of the Lord and when it comes to loving your brother as you love yourself.
Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 23 because, this is a law, right? How many times have you seen the heathen break a covenant? All of our lives, right? We heard our grandmothers and grandfathers speak on heathens breaking the covenants. We heard our mothers and fathers speak on heathens breaking the covenants, whether it be at work, laws that they passed, right? Things that they said they would do and wouldn't, right? But this is a law for the children of Israel. We know it ain't a law for Esau because they break covenants every day. Read this, 23 and 21.
Con. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 and verse 21.
This is the law. Read.
When thou shalt vow a vow unto the Lord thy God, thou shalt not slack to pay it.
When you vow a vow to the Lord, you should not slack to pay it, right? When you vow a vow to your brother or your sister, you are vowing a vow ultimately to the Most High God. because within that it's a law that says that you have to do that, right? So you are ultimately vowing a vow to the Lord, saying that I'm going to come through on this, right? And the Bible says that when you vow a vow unto the Lord thy God, thou shalt not be slack to pay it, right? Read on.
For the Lord thy God will surely require it of thee.
What will the Lord do?
Surely require it of thee.
He's going to require that. Why? Because you said it. Read on.
And it would be sin in thee. But if thou shalt forbear to vow, it shall be no sin in thee.
But if you forbear to vow, then what?
Then, Salakia, and it shall not be no sin in thee.
So it won't be no sin in you. So there are laws that the children of Israel must follow that the heathen know nothing about, right? That the heathen will never be able to accomplish or keep. Let's go to 1 Kings, chapter 10, verse 9. 10 and 9. Where is it? I know I got that precept. It's verse 4. You go there. Yeah. It was Ecclesiastes 5 and 4. Now vows a vow, the precept. Yeah, I could not find it. And that's because I ain't got it wrote down. Crazy. First Kings 10 and 9.
Come. The book of 1 Kings, chapter 10 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
Blessed be the Lord, thy God, which delighteth in thee.
Which what?
Which delighteth in thee.
Which delight in us, read.
To set thee on the throne of Israel.
To set us on high, read.
Because the Lord loved Israel forever.
And that love that the Lord has for us, is it temporary?
Forever.
It's forever. That is a forever love that the Lord is showing to the children of Israel, man. Right? Read.
Come. Therefore made he thee king to do judgment and justice.
Did you see anywhere in there where he said, well, I'm gonna show y'all love forever, but then I'm gonna include some other people too? Did you see that? Did you say I didn't see it. Did y'all see that? Yeah, because if he would have done it, it would have been written. It would have been written, right? It would have been for our understanding to know it, right? Because the Bible says things are written aforetime, written for our learning. We don't find this nowhere. That's nowhere in there. Well, I'm gonna love y'all forever, but then I'm gonna incorporate some more people that I love too outside of y'all. You won't see it. It's not in there. Read it one more time.
Come. Blessed be the Lord thy God, which delighteth in thee, to set thee on the throne of Israel. Because the Lord loved Israel forever.
Because the Lord loved us forever. Read.
Therefore made he thee king to do judgment and justice.
Let's get another precept. Let's go to John 3 and 16. What? You going to John 3:16? It is. They like I said, they really be trying to ruin John 3:16. It's such a great precept for the children of Israel, but they try to ruin the word of God. That's what they try to do, man. It's a great precept for us, man. It really is, man. It's showing great love of the Most High God towards us, man. Read this.
The book of St. John, chapter 3 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
For God so loved the world
that
he gave his only begotten son.
That the Lord loved the world, right? He gave his only begotten. Yes, he did. Hallelujah. Read.
That he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him.
Whosoever, right? They love to harp on these words, but these words have context. Read.
Should not perish, but have everlasting life.
But have everlasting life. Was any other nation promised eternity or everlasting life? No. For God so loved the world. What world is that? Jonathan. Yeah, I told you I was coming to you. Yeah. Give me that world precept. Hey, dogs, you better be quiet. Dog, stop looking to the other side. Turn your head.
No, you heard him.
Turn your head, dog. Give me the precept to that world, man. Who is that world that the Lord is referring to in John 3:16? I'm not looking for that. We always want to go to the home run here to show and prove that this world is Israel. Where are we going? Uh-huh. Put your hand down, sister. Yeah, for real. Put your hand down, sister. Trying to outdo my bruise, man. You know. Shamawa, help your brother out, man. What we going to for that word? He say, what? You gonna ask me that one? You should know this one. What it did it? He next, Shamawa don't know it. You better get ready. What's that world precept? How do we know that this world in John 3:16 is Israel? Shamawa knowing to be on point, man. I ain't mad at you. Lil Benaniah. Help Shamawa and your brother Jonathan out. Where are we going to, man? We need, come on, twin. We gotta let them know this world is Israel, man. Come on, twin. Where we going? Nah, I'm still talking to my other twin, Lil Benaniah. What? Isaiah 45:17. Before y'all coming up for him, he got it from Daoud, and Daoud sent it to Kobe, and Kobe relayed the message to Little Benaniah. Guess what? Give him a little bit. They work together. They work together. I guess we
Don't clap. You and Sister Genesis, Sister Answer, don't clap, damn it.
Isaiah 45:17. Read that real quick. For God so loved the world, right?
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 17.
Bring it out.
But Israel,
read,
shall be saved in the Lord.
Read.
With an everlasting salvation.
Man, you see how this ties up and it goes along with what the scripture said? John 3:16 said, but have eternal life, right? It's talking about Israel having what? Everlasting life, right?
That's right.
Sounds like the same. Read.
With an everlasting salvation.
Read.
Ye shall not be ashamed, nor confounded.
What is Israel?
Not ashamed, nor confounded.
What are we? The next word.
World.
What are we?
World.
Israel is what?
World.
That's love, man. Israel is a world on its own, man.
That's right.
We are our own world. Isn't that love? We are our own world. How do we know that we are our own world? Because we different people. They don't dress like us. But they show, look at your friend and say, hey, that's nice, dude. So, you know, I'm in the Edomites that came in. That's real nice, brother. I'm like, man, go on, man. Where do you get that at? Don't worry about it. Stop it. Right. That's real nice there, buddy. It's nice. Right? We are our own world. That is love. Right? Can we live in the water? I know we might have a couple of people that can swim real good. We got some dolphins in here. Anybody can swim real good? Y'all can swim real good? So if we threw y'all out there in the sea, y'all would be able to swim? Brother Keith, I believe Brother Keith, I know he been overseas. Okay, so Brother Keith, you can swim pretty good, right? Might be the best swimmer in here, right? Can you live in the water? Why you can't? Because the water is its own world. Yeah, the fishes, they ain't in their own world. We can't kick it like the fish do. Yeah, we can't. Because the waters is his own world. Can we live in the jungle? And see, look how Esau, you just say, naked and afraid. First of all, if I'm going to the jungle, I got some clothes on. Right? It just don't make no sense, man. That don't make no sense, man. They just do weird stuff. But that shows you that we are a different world of people, right? You have many different worlds in the Bible. Israel is called a world without end, right? Let's go to John 18 and verse 20. Well, you can start at 19.
Come. The book of St. John, chapter 18 and verse 19.
Bring it out.
The high priest then asked Yahushua of his disciples and of his doctrine.
And of his what?
And of his doctrine.
Man, because they didn't understand this, man. Christ was already speaking with authority. He wasn't being soft like the scribes and Pharisees. I'm like, what's up with your doctrine? Read.
Yahushua answered him, I spake openly to the world.
I spoke openly to the world. Is this Christ saying he spoke to everybody? Let's prove it. Let's prove that world. Let's keep reading.
Come. I spake openly to the world.
Read.
I ever taught in the synagogue.
I ever taught in the synagogues. Were the heathen in the synagogues?
No.
That world is Israel. Read on.
And in the temple.
And in the temple were what?
Whether the Jews always resort.
Where the Jews always resort. Here's the precept. What does resort mean? That's that where they be at. Yeah, where they at. Where they at? No, they over there in the synagogue. You know that. You know the Jews in the synagogue. They all of them over there. Judah, Levi, Benjamin. Ephraim, they all over there in the synagogue. Yeah. We are our own world, and this is another precept to prove that that world is Israel. He said, everywhere I taught in the synagogue, right? Read it again from 20.
Come. Yahushua answered him, I spake openly to the world.
That world. Let's see who this world is. Let's see if he spoke to everybody or just Israel. Read.
I ever taught in the synagogue.
I ever taught in the synagogue.
And in the temple.
And in the temple.
Whether the Jews always resort.
Where the Jews be at. Where the Jews at. Where Israel be. Right? Another great precept for world. If you don't have it, make sure you put it there, right? Let's get more. You got some out?
Yeah, I know we covered this last week, and brothers and sisters was paying attention and watching. Luke chapter 2, verse, what did I say?
1.
Luke chapter 2, verse 1.
Come. The book of St. Luke, chapter 2, and verse number 1.
Uh-huh.
And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed.
Now I got a question, Brother Fred. Who is that world in that context? It's too late. You wrong. What you have? I know, brother. Wrong. Get that brother a hand, man. Because it gave you the context. What is the context twin? Oh, the sisters didn't want to clap for my brother? You got 3 sisters clap. I seen 10 other sisters.
They want to clap a little bit and now getting a giving answer.
They want to clap. Remember, he y'all brother too. Sisters is something else. That's crazy, man. What is the context to let us know that, Brother Bala? Caesar Augustus. That's simple. Keep it simple. Because he was the emperor or Caesar at that time. So he's talking to his empire, which is the world of Rome. Go ahead, Doc.
That's a great precept because everybody wasn't being taxed around that time. That's right. Right? It was only Rome, right? That was the area that was being taxed at that time. Right? That's a great precept. Make sure y'all put that down. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. Chapter 5 and 18.
Come. The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 18.
Bring it out.
He shall put on righteousness as a breastplate and true judgment instead of an helmet.
He shall put on righteousness as a blessed breastplate, Shalakia, breastplate, and true judgment instead of a helmet. Before we go, who had their hand up? No. Daoud. Yeah. Yeah, Daoud. What is the precept for verse 17? Verse 18. Read it again for him. Verse 18.
He shall put on righteousness as a breastplate.
Righteousness as a breastplate and what?
And true judgment instead of a helmet.
True judgment instead of a helmet. Brother said, bring it out. Huh? No, not Daoud. Not telling Kobe. Man, look for real. Yeah, look up there. Yes. Good job. I'll give him a hand. Yes. Good job. Sometimes you just gotta look. This is an open book test. This is an open book test, y'all. Yeah, just look at this. It's there. Just say it, right? Make sure y'all put that there. 6 and 10 of Ephesians on down will give you the same thing that Wisdom of Solomon is showing you, right? We can get it. Go on and get it.
Con, you want to start at 10?
Yeah, you can start at 10.
Con, the book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God.
Put on the whole armor of God. This is what we have to do. If you go out there with half armor on, you're going to be what? Half influenced to do some wickedness, right? You're going to be half right and half wrong. Last time I checked, that's a F. 50% is an F, right? That means you fail. Read.
Con, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood,
Read.
but against principalities.
Against what?
Principalities.
Read on.
Against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world.
The rulers of darkness of what world?
This world.
Of this world. Read.
Against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God,
Read on.
that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness.
Truth and what?
Truth.
Good.
Righteousness.
Breastplate of righteousness.
Come.
Right? Wisdom of Solomon said the breastplate of righteousness, right? And it said what? Truth. Your loins girded with truth. Let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5.
Those precepts are very, very heavy because the thing is, we talk about the wiles of the devil. Remember, the devil is seducing a lot of our people, man. So they using that as a way to, guess what, pull other Israelites out of the truth, man. That's no longer Christians that we have to worry about, but it's also our own people that's supposed to be in the truth, teaching Gentile salvation. Or Yahweh Shadeh, do we no longer have to keep the commandments and wear the fringes? So that's why you have to have all this armor on. Because think about it, man. What if you got a breastplate on? Your breastplate protects your what? Your chest. A lot of times we know that the heart is the mind, but it also goes into what? Your feelings and your emotions toward a brother. You may see a brother in the truth and, hey, that's my brother. Hey, this, that. What if the brother is teaching things contrary to the doctrine? Those are things you have to have that helmet on to protect your mind, to be able to what? Discern both good and evil. That's why it's pivotal that you have on all of it from head to toe. Go ahead,
Because let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 and read verse 18 again.
Come. The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 18. He shall put on righteousness as a breastplate and true judgment instead of an helmet. He shall take holiness for an invincible shield. His severe wrath shall he sharpen for a sword, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise.
And the world shall fight against him. Right? Read 18 one more time.
He shall put on righteousness as a breastplate and true judgment instead of an helmet.
Righteousness as a breastplate, true judgment as a helmet, man. This is what we have to do in order to what? Keep that love going between one another, to have that greater love from the Most High God, right? Let's go to Jeremiah 31. See, that's what I want. Hold on right quick. Jeremiah 31, and let's start at 1. Let's start from the top.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 31 and verse 1. At the same time, said the Lord, will I be the God of all the families of Israel, and they shall be my people.
He said, at that same time, said the Lord, will I be the God of all the families of Israel, right? All the families of Israel. The God of the 12 tribes, right? All the families of Israel. Read.
And they shall be my people.
And they shall be my people. Read on.
Thus said the Lord, the people which were left of the sword found grace in the wilderness.
Did what?
Found grace in the wilderness.
Found grace in the wilderness. Who are those people that found grace in the wilderness? The children of Israel, right? Because the Lord did away with some of those wicked Israelites, right? He had to what? Purge out the rebels then, and when the new wilderness, he go what? Purge out the rebels then, right?
That's right.
So go ahead.
No, Salakia.
Go ahead.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this is a heavy precept because you had the brothers, man, talking about that. Guess what? The people in Egypt was his people as well, talking about the mixed multitude.
Mm-hmm.
This right here clearly shows you that they came out with us, but they still were not considered his people.
Mm-hmm.
That thing is heavy. Bruce need to lock that in, man. Go ahead,
and that's the heaviest point of this verse, is that there was a mixed multitude with the children of Israel, right? But the Lord is not referring to them, right? Even in Deuteronomy 29, the Lord is not referring to the mixed multitude. He given laws directly to Israel, right? Read 31:1 again.
Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 1. At the same time, said the Lord, will I be the God of all the families of Israel?
Read.
And they shall be my people.
Read on.
Thus said the Lord, the people which were left of the sword found grace in the wilderness. Even Israel.
Even who?
Even Israel.
Even Israel. The people that found grace, Israel, he's referring to is Israel.
When I went to cause him to rest, the Lord hath appeared of old unto me, saying, yea, I have loved thee with an everlasting love.
What kind of love is this that the Lord gave us?
An everlasting love.
This is an everlasting love. There's no greater love than everlasting love, right?
Well, what did we just read that earlier? Who knows the precept? Twin, what you got? Earlier.
Mm-hmm.
What you got, Brother Bala? What you got, Brother Renard? I'll pray. Wait a minute. Hold up. Nope. 10 and 9. 1 Kings 10 and 9. Make sure y'all write there. Go ahead, up.
Become. Read again.
Verse 3. The Lord hath appeared of old unto me, saying, yea, I have loved thee with an everlasting love.
Read on.
Therefore, with loving kindness have I drawn thee.
Therefore, with loving kindness have I drawn thee. Read.
Again, I will build thee, and thou shalt be built, O Virgin of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt again be adorned with thy tabrets, and shalt go forth in the dances of them that make merry.
Read on.
Thou shalt yet plant vines upon the mountains of Samaria. The planter shall plant, and shall eat them as common things.
So the Lord is saying what? That he's going to do the same thing again to us. I mean, the same thing he did for us again, right? That's heavenly love right there. That the Lord is saying that he's going to do the same thing he did once before to us again, right? Verse 4 said, again, I will build thee. Right. This is what the Lord is doing right now. Here's that again right here. Us waking up in these last days, right? Camps around the four corners of the earth, right? IUIC, WF5s, right? The Genesis, right? All of that. We are waking up today, right? That's the Lord building us up again, right? Read up, and then it says, read 4 again.
Again, I will build thee, and thou shalt be built, O Virgin of Israel. Thou shalt again be adorned with thy tabrets, and shalt go forth in the dances of them that make merry.
It said you'll go forth into the dances of them that make merry, meaning what? You're going to be that great nation again, man, right? You're going to be merry and happy again like you were, right? Before they stripped you of your heritage, before they stripped you of your knowledge, before they stripped you of your bloodline, man, right? Or tried to strip you of your bloodline. Go ahead. You got something?
Thou shalt yet plant vines upon the mountains of Samaria.
What's the point that I want in that? Read it again.
Thou shalt yet plant vines upon the mountains of Samaria.
What I want in that? No.
I want that, but yeah, go ahead.
Who knows? Any sister know? Read it again.
Thou shalt yet plant vines upon the mountains of Samaria.
Thank you, Sister Genesis.
Thank you, Sister Genesis.
Get it, Sister hand.
Ooh, we're going to take Sister Genesis to camp with us today.
Wait a minute. What the?
We take Sister Genesis, gird up your skirt. You're going to camp. You're going to camp.
You know why it shows you that, guess what? We once and will again control Samaria. Samaritans are who? Are Israelites. That's according to John chapter 4. And that's also according to what? Isaiah chapter 7, verse 9. Brews have to know this. That's why we always say you have to know geography. You have to understand what these words mean and these places. That's another precept for brews. Write it down. Isaiah 7 and 9. And also John chapter 4 with the Samaritan woman. Go ahead.
Because read verse 5 again.
Come. Thou shalt yet plant vines upon the mountains of Samaria.
The mountains of Samaria is going into what? What are mountains? The people, right? He's saying he's going to put a vine or plant vines among the people of Samaria, right? What is that? The vine is his favorite, right? All praises on that. That's great. That's a way to look at that. Let's go to Matthew 7 and 24. He says he's going to plant vines, right? Upon the mountain of Samaria. What are these vines? Matthew 7 and 24, yeah.
Book of St. Matthew, chapter 7 and verse 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock.
This vine, and I didn't want to go there first, but this vine is going into wisdom, right? Let's go to 1 Kings 4 right quick and 25. Because what happened to Samaria, Ephraim and Samaria? What happened? They split. Well, what did they go off into? Idolatry, right? So he's saying now he's going to strengthen us back up and plant vines, right? 1 Kings 4 and 25.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 4 and verse 25.
Bring it out.
In Judah, in Israel, dwelt safely every man under his vine and under his fig tree.
Judah and Israel, what is that going into? Northern and southern, right? It's going into the northern and southern kingdom, right? Read on.
Every man under his vine and under his fig tree. from Dan even to Beersheba.
From Dan even to Beersheba. What does it mean from Dan to Beersheba? Why do you see that all the time in the scriptures? Do we have understanding on what from Dan to Beersheba is? Any brother? In a sense, I like that. It was the land, right, of Israel at that time, right? Dan being from the top, Beersheba being all the way to the bottom of our land around that time. Where the 12 tribes dwelt at, Dan will be considered the top of our land or our nation and land mass, and Beersheba will be the bottom, right? From the very top to the bottom. So it said from where? Read it one more time.
Khan, and Judah and Israel dwelt safely, every man under his vine and under his fig tree, from Dan even to Beersheba.
So what is that vine going into? Because think about what it said at the very beginning. It said who? Judah and Israel. What are we trying to do with Judah and Israel? The northern and the southern. Trying to bring them back together, right? Jeremiah 31. Let's go back to Jeremiah 31. And read again.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 31 and verse 5.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt yet plant vines upon the mountains of Samaria. The planter shall plant and shall eat them as common things.
It said the planters shall plant and eat them as common things. Right? So we've seen that the vine we're going into is what? Judah and Israel, right? Basically coming back together, right? Strengthening our nation, right? A vine is going to strengthen us to be a great nation again. Let's get one more precept. Let's go to Ezekiel 17. I'm saying this is love. The Lord is strengthening us back up. He said he's going to do it again, right? Ezekiel 17. Did I give you the verse? Let's go to 8.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 17 and verse 8.
No. I want to read up. Let's go to verse 6. Let's read down.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 17 and verse 6.
Bring it out.
And it grew and became a spreading vine.
A what kind of vine?
A spreading vine.
It became a spreading vine, what?
Of low stature, whose branches turned toward him, and the roots thereof were under him. So it became a vine, and brought forth branches, and shot forth sprigs.
Bring it on.
There were also another great eagle with great wings and many feathers. And behold, this vine did bend her roots toward him, and shot forth her branches toward him, that he might water it by the furrows of her plantation.
Read verse 8.
It was planted in a good soil by great waters.
In a good soil by great waters. What else was planted by the waters, by the rivers of waters that we talked about? The trees, right? Y'all remember that? Read on.
It was planted in a good soil by great waters, that it might bring forth branches.
That it might bring forth branches, read.
And that it might bear fruit, that it might be a goodly vine.
That it might be a goodly vine. So we're talking about Judah and Israel, the northern and the southern, being what? Connected back together with a strong vine, that it might bear fruit or bear what? Branches. What does a tree do? It grows, and then what comes out of the tree? Branches, right? That is the northern and the southern kingdom coming back together, being a nation again, right? This is what the Lord is saying he's trying to do to us. Read 31 again and 5. 31 and 5 of Jeremiah.
Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 5. Thou shalt yet plant vines upon the mountains of Samaria. The planter shall plant and shall eat them as common things.
As what kind of things?
As common things.
As common things. So what? Now we're saying that what? We're going to dwell together commonly, right? We're going to know each other again. We're going to know that that northern kingdom now is in fact our brother. I had these people out here talking about, man, I believe, but man, that 12 tribe to it, man, I don't think Issachar, I don't think Hispanics are brothers, right? The Lord is saying he's going to make that vine strong enough to build branches that we'll know that is our brother, right? He says it's going to become common again, right? We're now, and guess what? We're building right now with Northern Kingdom brothers, right? We are building right now with our Northern Kingdom sisters, right? Read on. I like that end, that it become a common thing. That it become what? Learned behavior. And now we understand that the Northern Kingdom is in fact our family, right?
That's right.
That's what that common thing, they become common, right? Remember, Acts 10 talked about what? This is going into that. That's right. Go ahead.
And that's some heavy stuff. Read that last part again, man.
The planter shall plant and shall eat them as common things.
And eat up what? Also going into what? Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Even like Ak is touched on, once those 12 tribes is put back together again, the Most High God is doing what? Putting the understanding back in us. And that understanding is going to be common. We're going to understand how to love one another, how we love ourselves. We're going to understand how to deal morally with one another. We're going to understand that, guess what? We shouldn't worship those idols. Ephraim going to know in that day to stay clear away from idols, man. That precept is very heavy, man. Go ahead, Ak.
Big Con. Let's get some more and let's go to Ephesians chapter 2. The Lord putting that vine upon Israel is strengthening us to be a nation again. And what is he ultimately trying to do? Break that what? Where we at? Where we going to? He's trying to break that what? We right here. Look at where we going. What? The wall of partition. That's right. By putting that vine upon us, strengthening us, that we may what? Now produce branches and grow fruit. He's trying to break that what? Wall of partition between us. We didn't know that we had 12 nations inside of our tribes. 12 tribes inside of our nation, right? We didn't know that Colombians and Benjamites, we didn't know that we were a family, right? But now the Lord is trying to break that wall of partition.
And Christian apologetics try to use that to say this is how they know it's talking about the real Gentiles, because who knows, the temple had a wall that did what? Separated what? The inner court from the outer court. Could the Gentiles come in that? No. So when we get to the book of Revelation chapter 11, guess what? This is in the king. They still can't do it. Letting you know that Ephesians is not talking about real and literal Gentiles. How do we know that? Because of Revelations. They still can't do it. So this must be talking about northern tribe of Israel, man. People that were what? Gentile in a state of mind. Go ahead, Ak.
Our praises become, man. This is heavy, man. Y'all need to be paying attention, because this is how you break down these Christian apologetics, man. Right? This is how you break them down, man. Right? This wall of partition is between who? Northern and southern, right? Let's read this. Ephesians 2 and 14.
The book of Ephesians.
Matter of fact, start at start at 11.
Con. The book of Ephesians, chapter 2 and verse 11.
Bring it out.
Wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh.
Gentiles in the flesh. Time past, Gentiles in the flesh. Having a mindset of a heathen, right?
That's right.
Jump up, man. I know it. It's tough. It's 8 and 9, but let's start at 10.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 2 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
For we are his workmanship, created in the Mashiach Yahushua.
Who is that we? That we has a context, right? That we is Israel. We go read down and prove it. Read.
Unto good works, which God had before ordained that we should walk in them.
Before ordained means that what? It was given by the who? The mouth of the who? The prophets. Being before ordained means that it was given by the mouth of the prophets. That means it was before time, and you've never seen us being with the heathen ever in the mouth of the prophets. Right? It never was us with us and the heathens, right? With Israel and the heathens. Read on.
Con. verse 10, or verse 11. Wherefore, remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh.
Gentiles in the what?
In the flesh.
Time past Gentile. What's precept, y'all? We ain't got to go. What we got? 1 Corinthians 12 and 2. What's another one? What's the other main one we want? You got me. You gave me an old. You gave me a new. Give me an old. Old. It rhymes with Bomea. Yes. Hosea 1 and 10. You know, we throw alley-oops to each other, man, right? Old and the new, right? That's a lot of times you always want to have a precept for the Old Testament and you want to have one for the new, right? Being in the time past Gentiles in the flesh, read.
Who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands.
Man, that's him. Who were called uncircumcision by that which is called circumcision. Right? What do y'all think that's going into, man? Read it again. Who were called?
Who are called uncircumcision.
Who are called uncircumcision by
that which is called the circumcision
by
in the
that
flesh.
Which is called circumcision. What did we just talk when you told him? What were we talking about? Well, before that, me and you was like, look, I knew he was gonna go there. I saw you. Acts chapter what? 10. Because what? At that time, the Jews had no dealings with who? The northern kingdom. Therefore, we were calling them what? Or in this context, we were calling them what? Yes, the uncircumcision. The uncircumcision were being called uncircumcision by the circumcision. Remember, keep it in context. We going all the way down to the wall of partition. So you know it's the context. Read.
Verse 12.
Uh-huh.
That at that time ye were without Christ.
They were without Christ, right? The northern kingdom, read.
Being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel.
Uh-huh.
And strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope and without God in the world.
I don't know why they think this is them. They are.
Because what is the key word? Even when you read, what is the key point in there? Who knows? No. What else? Y'all, it's telling you who they are. Read it again from the top. Because a lot of times we try to make it be hard. It's not hard at all. No. Y'all even missing it. Let me see if Sister Adiva got it. What is it, sis? No. Damn it. Read it again.
That at that time you were without Christ, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel.
And see, your brother just helped y'all out. I don't even think y'all still called it. Commonwealth of what? Israel. It's telling you plainly. I'm talking about that's plain. You ain't got to add nothing to it. It's telling you who these strangers are. How can you be a stranger from Israel if you was never a part of it? No, it's literally telling brothers and sisters. Look up the word commonwealth. Says commonwealth is a traditional term for a political. No, you good. For a political community founded by common good. So think about it. It's telling you those are what your tradition, political systems, your religious systems that is set up by who? By Israel. It's telling you plainly. Meaning a short word for commonwealth is what? Your way of life. Your traditions, your customs. It's telling you plainly. Go ahead.
Read 12 again.
Verse 12. That at that time ye were without Christ, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenants of promise,
And being strangers from the covenant of promise. Read.
Having no hope and without God in the world. But now in a Mashiach Yahushua, ye who sometimes were far off are made nigh by the blood of Christ.
But now ye that were far off are now what?
Made nigh by the blood of Christ.
But now you are made nigh. Now you are able to come back into the blessing, right? The Lord what? Shed his blood for who? The children of Israel. Remember what was Christ's job from the beginning in Genesis 49? That was his whole job from the beginning. Genesis 49. Right? Do we know that? Let's get it right quick. I see some faces. I see some faces. Huh? They eyes bigger than mine. Huh? Let's go to Genesis 49. Let's just start at 9.
Con. The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
And man, that's what we were. We were old lions, man. That's what these Christians is right now. They old lions. They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to come out of their ways. It's too easy to be a Christian. Why would I be an Israelite when it's so easy to be a Christian? All I got to do is go to church and just shuck and jive a little bit. Throw a little money in the pot. As soon as the pastor get up and start preaching, what I do? Get up out of here, bye. Sister, brother, I'm gonna get it. It's easy to be a Christian, right? Why would they want to change? They are old lions. Read.
Con, verse 10. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet.
Until who?
Until Shiloh come.
Until Shiloh come. Until Christ returns. Read.
And unto him shall the gathering of the people be.
Gather the northern and the southern kingdom back together again, man. Remember, the whole point we're going into is that vine in Jeremiah 31, right? Putting that vine back together to be strengthen us as a nation, right? Coming back to Ephesians, showing you that he's breaking that wall of partition so that that vine can be a great and strong vine, enough to bring forth fruits, right? Read verse 14.
Let's get a precept real quick.
Go ahead.
Let's go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37. Go ahead. So where you going to start? 24? No, go ahead. Yeah, I'm just going to get right to the point. Go ahead. Go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 22. Start at verse 21. Salakia.
Con, the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, and verse 21. And say unto them, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen.
From among who?
From among the heathen.
These are precepts that brothers and sisters need to know. Let's meditate on these precepts so you won't be easily seduced by Christianity or with false prophets that claim to be Israelites. Read on up.
Whether they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land.
Read on up.
And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel.
So we don't read and prophesy about no two nations being a heathen nation. Right. We don't read about those things. Remember, Isaiah chapter 49 and 6 say, before the Most High God do something, he tells us of it. Right. Meaning he prophesies. Read on up.
And one king shall be king to them all.
And one king shall be king to them all. Read on up.
And they shall be no more two nations. Neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all.
So we know who is that king? Christ. Yahushua. Go ahead, up.
Jump over to 36 and 21.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 36 and verse 21.
Verse 19. Start at 19 because I want to make a point.
Come, Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 19.
Bring it out.
And I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries according to their way, and according to their doings I judged them.
So the Lord, this is how the Lord judges his love, right? What is the hardest thing? What is what? How can I ask this? What do y'all think the hardest thing the Lord did to us? Huh? I want more though. I'm Captain Jerry about, huh? I'll praise you in the spirit. That was the worst thing that the Lord could have did to us. Was took us from our love that we had and scattered us among a nation of people that has no kind of love that we have for each other, no kind of commandments, don't know how to be brothers and sisters toward each other. That's the hardest thing the Lord did for us. This is the punishment that the Lord showed us. A lot of people think, oh man, we got this, that's the hardest thing the Lord did for us. Put us amongst the heathen, man. That's the worst thing that he could have possibly did for us, y'all. Y'all understand that?
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just ranting.
No, you wouldn't. That thing deep as hell. Y'all know how deep it is? Because a lot of times, that's why I know we joke a lot of times, talk about our people ain't nothing but Negro pins. We really are, man. Think about it. The way that we act in today's time is the ways of the other nations, man. How they mistreat each other. Because naturally, black people as a nation of people, Hispanics and Native Americans, we naturally are hospitable people. Think about how brothers deal with brothers. Think about it in the world. Sisters deal with sisters. Think about that, man. This is not really how we were made to be, how we are seeing our people now today. Just like what Captain Yara said, that thing is heavy. That was one of the worst things he could do because we did what? We learned their ways. Right. We learned their mannerisms. So now we're not projecting our ways because remember, the Most High God created us to be separate, meaning everything that we do is different from any other nation. But now, since we done mingled amongst them, we're doing the same exact thing we do. Same exact black on black crime. And not only when we do those things at an alarming rate.
High rate.
Go ahead.
Because that's exactly the point I'm making, man, right? Read on down Ezekiel 36 and 21. Or did we read 20?
No.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. And when they entered unto the heathen, whither they went, they profaned my holy name. When they said to them, these are the people of the Lord and are gone forth out of his land.
Hey, them the Israelites right there. Yeah, we finna change them though. Yeah, we finna change it. They ain't finna be Israelites long. Right? Read.
Salaki, and according to their doom, Salaki, verse 20 from the top.
No, you can read 21.
Verse 21. But I had pity for mine holy name.
But he had pity for us, man. The Lord knew that was heavy, scattering us abroad amongst the heathen. But he said, man, I had pity for my nation, man. Read.
But I had pity for my holy name, which the house of Israel have profaned among the heathen, whither they went.
They profaned their what? Nationality, their laws, their way of living amongst the heathen. They went right in and started doing what they did, right? Read.
Verse 22. Therefore, say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord God, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for mine holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen, whither ye went.
That's the greater love that we have from the Father, that, hey, even though y'all wicked, even though y'all doing some wicked stuff, you're not finna muddy my name, right? No, I'm still gonna be that God, the God of gods, right? I'm still gonna have almighty power and omnipotency amongst the whole world, right?
Verse 23. And I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them.
In the midst of them. We profaned it right amongst them. Could have came over here and been a nation of people right in front of them like we are today. But now we went on and took on away customs, took hold of their ways. Read.
And the heathen shall know that I am the Lord, said the Lord God, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes.
Did y'all catch that though? What's the greater love in that though? He said it right before that. The heathen will know what? Say what? Yes. In the face. But that's the love that he bestowed upon us. Even though we didn't do what we were supposed to do when we got over here, the Lord said he had love for us and pity for us to still say, I'm going to show them, though, that you my people. They gonna know that y'all the children of Israel, regardless of how y'all acting, right? We gonna strip you of your heritage, of your everything, but they gonna know that them Negroes right there, them guys chosen people. That's the love, man. Read on.
Con. Verse 24. For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries and will bring you into your own land.
I don't get it. This one scripture goes against everything they're talking about. Read it again. Read verse 24 again. What are they saying?
Verse 24. For I will take you from among the heathen.
I'm going to take you from among the heathen. Not put you with them in the land. No, never said that. No, never said that. I'm going to take you from among them. Read.
And gather you out of all the countries.
No, we gathering everybody out.
And gather you.
Nah, go get Esau.
And gather you.
Nah, go get Ammon.
And gather you.
Now go get them pot-belly Africans, man.
And gather you.
Yeah, go get them.
And gather you.
And gather you.
Read. Out of all countries. And will bring you into your own land.
Bring you into your own land, man. Have we been into our homeland, our own land yet? This ain't our rest spot. We tell people all the time, this ain't our home rest, this ain't our rest. We just passing through. What the Lord called us? Pilgrims, our praises, like you in the spirit. We just pilgrims passing through, man, for the time being. Make sure y'all highlight that, man, because that's a heavy precept, man. Because they can't deal with that. And the reason why they can't, because that's future prophecy. Do y'all understand? Right? Gather us and put us in our own land, right? From among the heathen. Hasn't happened, right? Let's go back to Ephesians real quick.
Read verse 25 right
Go ahead.
Verse 25.
Bruce should already know when I'm finna ask. Read that out.
Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean from all your filthiness, and from all your idols will I cleanse you.
Will he what?
Will I cleanse you?
What's the key word, Brother Renard? What is the precept? Get that brother a hand. 33 and what? All praise. All praise, man. Knee bruised, on point, just like that. Key word, key precept. In that order, man. Go ahead, Doc.
Because we can go back to Ephesians and get this wall of partition. Remember, the point is where we came from is Jeremiah 31, right? Well, the Lord is showing us that he's going to put that vine. Jeremiah, that precept was Jeremiah 33, 6 through 8.
Verse 8 is Jeremiah 33, 8, precepts with Ezekiel 36, 25.
Let's go back to Ephesians 2 and let's read verse 14. So I know we've been gone a little bit, but remember, keep the points in your mindset, right? Keep your mind going. We came from Jeremiah what? Where we came from before we went to Ephesians? Jeremiah 31, right? 1 through 6, right? We came here to show you that vine in verse 5 that he was speaking of is that vine of the Lord is what? Putting the northern and southern kingdom back together, breaking the what? Breaking the what? Breaking the what? Wall of partition. Come on now. Stay with me. Stay with us. Ephesians 2 and 14.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 2 and verse 14. For he is our peace, who had broken both one and had broken down the middle wall of partition.
Hold on, read that again, 14.
Verse 14. For he is our peace, who had made both one.
There we go. Who has made both one. Who is the both? There you go, the northern and the southern kingdom. Make sure you say northern and southern, twin, all right? That gives a better understanding, not just Israel. The both is northern and southern kingdom. One, read.
And had broken down the middle wall of partition.
The what?
The middle wall of partition.
Because what is that middle wall of partition? That we didn't deal with the northern kingdom, right? Right? It was what? Uncommon or clean to deal with what? A nation that we thought was not our people, right? That's why we talked about Acts 10. That's right. Big con. All praises. Read on.
Con. And had broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Between who?
Between us.
Between us. Who is that us? That's right. I know these are simple questions and they repetitive, but we do that to make sure that y'all understand that the context does not change. Right? Sometimes repetitive questions are the best questions because you constantly home it in. Right?
Real quick, what precepts do brothers have? Brothers should have those precepts too.
Right. That's a good question.
Hold up. What precept you got, twin, that he didn't call? Bruce should have precepts right here. Mm-hmm. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, if Bruce is tracking the conversation and the class, we literally just went to one. Stop giving them answers, Bilal. Damn, that make twin look even better. Tell me something.
I'm here.
Tell me something.
I'm here. Don't worry about it. I'm here.
What you got? That's good. What's another
okay,
we
good.
Literally just read it. What you got, Renard? What? That's good. What you got? Ezekiel chapter 37. Remember, Ezekiel chapter 37 goes with Romans 11, the grafting in, and it goes with Ephesians. Different words saying what? The same thing. In Romans, you got grafting in. In here, you got breaking down, middle wall of partition, bringing both one. These are saying the same things, just using synonyms. That's all that that's all the Bible ever does. Go ahead,
that is it. It just reiterates everything, man, to give you more clarity. Read verse 15.
Verse 15. Having abolished in his flesh the enmity.
The what?
The enmity.
The enmity between the northern and the southern. Read.
Even the law of commandments contained in ordinance.
You see that? The commandments contained in ordinances, right?
1
Kings 17:37, when we went earlier. Read.
For to making himself of twain one new man, so making peace.
That new man that we are trying to make is Israel as a whole, right? We're trying to make that one man become the 12 tribes as a nation, right? Read.
And that he might reconcile both unto God in one body by the cross.
Who is the both? God.
Having slain the enmity thereby.
Have broke down the wall of partition, right? Read.
And came and preached peace to you, which were afar off, and to them that were nigh.
Okay. Who is this? And came and preached unto you, which were afar off, and to them that were nigh. What is that going into? But yeah, northern and southern, but who? Who is the far off? And I need to know who was they that were nigh. Confounded. We ain't confounded. We got it. Who is the far? Yeah, who is the far off? Israel, the northern kingdom, right? Who is the nigh? Southern kingdom, right? This point we were talking about Judah and Israel, right?
And that thing is pivotal that I ask y'all that way so y'all can know what backwards and forwards. Really know and understand what you are reading. Mm-hmm. Not just saying it, because the more you understand this, the better you'll be off what? Teaching it. How can you teach this if you really don't know how to explain it?
That's right.
On every facet. Brews need to know that. Even further. What was Northern Kingdom at this time? At this time, what was the bulk of Northern Kingdom? Say it again, Officer Donovan. Over here in the Americas. That's why timelines is pivotal as well. Brews got to know timelines. You got to know geography. All these things help to put it and paint the picture clearly. Just say America. You just say over here in the Americas. They was the bulk of northern tribe at this time was over here in the Americas. That's why I said both nigh. I mean far off and nigh, like Captain Yara was saying, nigh is going into what? The southern tribe. Do Brews understand that?
Read verse 18.
Verse 18. For through him we both have an access by one spirit unto the Father.
We both, northern and southern, have access to one spirit by the Father, right? So that breaks down very clearly, y'all. Ephesians chapter 2, you should be able to, you should be able to knock it out the park, man. That is us. It's only Israel that it's referring to, right?
That's right.
Boy.
Verse 19. Now, therefore, ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of God.
What part do we want to focus on, Brother Yakal? Why? We are the saints, but a Christian, remember, y'all got to think how they gonna try to bring it to you. Yeah, that's a good point, but listen to the one I'm saying. An apologetic is going to say, well, how can this be both Israel when we see that they are the saints? And it says that we'll become one with the saints. You understand what I'm saying? You got to understand how they're going to flip it. And that is when you can bring it off. And also do what? Go into that history like Captain Yar was going into with Hosea chapter 1, verse 10, where they were cast off from being God's chosen people. You have to bring out that history. You have to. Go ahead,
Read on. We'll read it down.
Verse 20. And are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets.
Hold on, man. Do y'all see that? That's why it's so pivotal that you continue and contain the prophets and understand the prophets. You never see the prophets speak on outsiders or foreigners coming into the covenant. You never do. You never see a prophet one time. You never see Isaiah, Jeremiah speak of this, oh, God loves everybody thing, right? You don't see it. Verse 20 said, built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets. Paul didn't speak on this, right? Jeremiah, Isaiah didn't speak on this. Moses didn't speak on this. I gave that boy a new name, didn't I? Mosiah. That's a nice name, man. That could be kind of like interchangeable too. Anyway, I'm 20. Read again.
And are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets.
That's heavy. Built on the foundation of the apostles and prophets, man. If the apostles and prophets didn't speak on this, damn it, it ain't to be done. Right. You can't put no people inside of something that the prophets never spoke on. Read on.
Hamashiach Yahushua himself being the chief cornerstone.
That's right. Read on.
In whom all the building fitly framed together groweth unto an holy temple in the Lord.
And you know why it's a building that's fitly framed together? Because when the northern kingdom come back, it's going to be what? Fitly framed together, because they were in it already. Going into the, no hewn stones, that's right. Whole stones, because when they come back, it's going to be fit jointly perfect together. It's like you can put that stone in there and it fit perfect, right? With Christ being what? That cornerstone and the 12 tribes coming together. Y'all see this, man. Hallelujah. The Most High God gave us that love, man. I'm for real, man. Let me go see this.
Man, that's some heavy stuff. I know the point that we focus on is that chief's cornerstone. Jump over to Daniel chapter 2, verse 34.
The book of Daniel, chapter 2 and verse 34. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands.
Who is that stone cut out without hands? What is the precept? All praise, Isaiah 28:16. Read on,
which smote the image upon his feet.
It said, thou sawest till a stone was cut out. That stone is also a reference to what did we just read? Cornerstone. I need brothers and sisters to track the class. Pay attention, man, because a lot of times we have to understand y'all may be wanting breakdowns while y'all reading, not knowing y'all already got the breakdown. Y'all wasn't paying attention. Read on,
Verse 34 from the top. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands.
Read on,
which smote the image upon his feet.
Which smote the image upon his feet, going into what? The Nebuchadnezzar statue. Read on,
there were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces.
And break them to pieces, meaning this statue represented what? The nations. Christ is coming to smite the nations and break them down. Read on,
Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, And the gold broken to pieces together.
This is going into all nations, man.
That's right.
Going into World War III, 2nd Ezra chapter 13. Bible is saying the same thing over and over and over again. Read on out.
And the gold broke into pieces together and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floor.
Meaning they're going to be blown away. Read on out.
And the wind carried them away.
Going into those what? What is that wind in this context? What is the wind? How is the judgment going to be brought? Nukes. That's wind right. Is the nukes. Saying the same thing. Read on out.
That no place was found for them. And the stone that smote that image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth.
What is that great mountain? Israel. The government of Israel. Plain. Then you read down to verse 44. It's telling you plainly. Go ahead,
Boy, I'm telling you, this is great, man. Putting it together, man. For real, man. Y'all make sure y'all write that down. It's heavy. We got to finish it out. Go back to Ephesians. Got to finish it out, man, because it should be no problems with breaking a Christian apologetic down when they want to go to Ephesians chapter 2, because this is one they love to go to. They love to go to this, right? It shouldn't be no problems now that we have breaking this down. If you got your precepts up, if you're writing in your Bible, putting your little keynotes, right? Should be good. Go ahead, out.
Ephesians chapter 2, and I'll read verse 20 from the top.
Go ahead.
And are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets.
Man, I love that. Read.
Hamashiach Yahushua himself being the chief cornerstone, in whom all the building fitly framed together.
Fitly framed together, because you can't put a heathen inside of this and it fit perfect. You go out to hewn that stone. You go out to work on that stone and try to fit it in there. You can't fitly put something in something that was not in something. You understand what I'm saying? It's like the grass in with the tree. It's the same thing like I was just talking about, man. Go ahead.
Groweth unto an holy temple in the Lord, in whom you also are builded together for an habitation of God through the Spirit.
A habitation of God. We will build it together, right? So we should not have a problem with Ephesians 2. We should be able to break that down. That's some more love that he showed for us to break that wall of partition. Go back to Jeremiah 31. That's where we left from. You got some up?
Yeah, man.
Man, go ahead. Shoot.
Man,
you know we here.
Heavy, man.
We
here. I
here.
ain't gonna lie, boy. That thing heavy. Because y'all know what that also, that fitly framed together also goes into? It also goes into Revelation chapter 21, verse 12. And had 12 walls, great and high. When it's going into what? The city that lied 4 square, and it's giving us how it's Israel, the measurements. That thing is heavy. So y'all make sure y'all precept with that. That's for another class. Go ahead, and 12 all the way through. 12 gates, just all the way down. Verse 12 all the way down to the end.
So read Jeremiah 31 and 5 again.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 31 and verse 5. Thou shalt yet plant vines upon the mountains of Samaria. The planter shall plant and shall eat them as common things.
This is going to become common nature to us again. Us building up with the northern kingdom is going to become learned behavior that we once had, right? It's going to become common. Read.
For there shall be a day that the watchman upon the Mount Ephraim shall cry, arise ye, and let us go up to Zion unto the Lord our God.
And that day is coming, man. Right?
Right.
Those days are here, man. The watchmen are crying, and guess what? The northern kingdom, they receiving it now, man. Right? You look around the 4 corners, man, and they are themselves are prophesying, right? Man, this Matthew 22. Matthew 22 and 9.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 22 and verse number 9.
Bring it out.
Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage.
So the love that the Lord has for Israel is that what? We are getting back to the marriage.
That's right.
I'm going to tell you, if you look at the percentage of in this world right now, people get divorced and them going back to that divorce, yes, it's probably like under 5%. Yeah, when they get divorced, yes, it's pretty much a wrap. Maybe like 5%. Hell, even in Israel, shoot, boy, I ain't dealing with it. I ain't fucking, no, ma'am, no, sir, right? But the Lord gave us this love so much that he's going to get us back again, man. Even though he called us what? Adulteresses, right? Even though we played the harlot, even though we were the whores of the world going into the other nations, right? The Lord still said, hey, go on out there and bid them back to the marriage, because guess what? Oh, yeah, you coming back. Oh, yeah. Right? And it's that marriage of you being like, yes, I'm ready to get back. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I messed up. I didn't know the best thing I had. We always say, you don't know the good things until they what? Yeah. And when the Lord left us amongst the heathen, we finally started understanding, hey, man, we got to get back to our nationality. This ain't it. Hey, these birthdays and Christmases ain't doing it. I'm broke every day. My back is hurting. I'm working 12 hours. I don't understand. Read it.
Con.
You can read 9 again.
Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage.
Bid them to the marriage. This is the love that the Lord has for us, that he's going to what? Bid us back to the marriage, right? Go to Hosea real quick. Where we going? Hosea chapter 2. And what? Yeah, but let's start at 14 now. Good job, Bob. That's right.
You have to. You know what I'm saying? Give that hint to know where Bruce is going. That's what Bruce have to get more familiar with the precepts, with the teachings, with bringing these things out and linking these things up. Go ahead, Doc.
You good. Hosea 2 and 14.
Con. The book of Hosea, chapter 2 and verse 14. It's like you said 14 and 16.
No, 14. We're going to go down to 16.
Con. The book of Hosea, chapter 2 and verse 14. Therefore, behold, I will allure her.
I will allure her, man. I'm going to entice her, have her, what, keeping laws, statutes, and commandments, and understanding that it's a great thing to keep them, right? That instead of them keeping Christmas, they're going to have a whole week to keep feast of dedication. And I'm going to allure her, right? Instead of them keeping birthdays and all that, we're going to give them a new moon every month to go and party and celebrate, right? Yeah, this is how the Lord allures us back. Read.
Therefore, behold, I will allure her and bring her into the wilderness and speak comfortably unto her.
Read.
And I will give her vineyards from thence and the valley of Achor for a door of hope. And she shall sing there as in the days of her youth and as in the day when she came up out of the land of Egypt.
Read on. 16 is the point.
And it shall be at that day, said the Lord, that thou shalt call me Ishi.
What does Ishi mean? Husband. You're going to again call me husband. Read.
And shalt call me no more Baali.
Which is what? Baal, which means what? The devil, right? Bring it out.
Con, for I will take away the names of Baalim out of their mouth,
Read
out of
that
her
again.
mouth. Salaki. For I will take away the names of Baalim out of her mouth.
You ain't gonna be talking about that old dude no more. Yeah, you ain't gonna be talking about old girl you was with. Well, nah. You ain't be talking about them no more. Yeah, they ain't got nothing. I'm gonna take that name out your mouth. I'm talking about Christmas, New Year's, birthdays. Yeah, you ain't gonna talk about none of that no more. You're gonna be talking about what? New moons. That's right. What? Sabbaths. Passover. What else? Tabernacles, what else? Feast of Dedication, what else? Feast of Lights, Pentecost, what else?
Memorial blowing the trumpet.
Memorial blowing the trumpets. Destruction of Nicanor, Day of Simon, Purim, what else? Day of Atonement, what else? We said tabernacle. We can tabernacle again. What else?
More feast days.
More feast days. Love that we have amongst each other, man. The love for our brothers and our sisters, man. Yeah, we ain't gonna have to worry about Jim no more and Keisha no more. I'm gonna take that out your mouth. Read it again.
Con. For I would take away the names of Baalim out of her mouth.
Because that's what it is. All these hella days is Baalim, man. All these wicked ways that we are treating each other and acting towards the nation of Israel, that's Baal, man, Baalim. And we ain't dealing with that no more. Read.
And they shall no more be remembered by their name.
Read that again.
And they shall no more be remembered by their name.
And that's going to be put out of our mindset, right? But let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 7. Starting at verse 32.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 32. But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried cared for the things that belongeth to the Lord, how he may please the Lord.
Read.
But he that is married care for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife.
How he may please his wife, right? See, this is going into a marriage, right? And I want to see if y'all can catch the correlation I'm trying to give you. Because the same way that we worry and care about our husbands and wives in the flesh is the same way that the Father does us, right? Read this.
Verse 32 from the top. But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried care for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord.
Read on.
But he that is married care for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife.
Read on.
There is difference also between a wife and a virgin. The unmarried woman cares for the things of the Lord, that she may be holy, both in body and in spirit. But she that is married cares for the things of the world, how she may please her husband.
Read on.
And this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that you may attend upon the Lord without distraction.
Without what?
Without distraction.
Because we tell brothers and sisters all the time, okay, you're not married. You say you're looking for a husband or wife in the truth. Be happy that you're not married right now. Because all you got to do is serve the Lord right now, right? You ain't got an extra distraction upon you, right? But for those that are married, you have to care about the things of the world. Like we said, we got things about the lotion that she wants, the hair that she wants, or whatever the case may be, right? She wants the little baby hairs on the left side and on the right, right? She wants the nice wig, man, right? And just saying, that's what they want, right? The baby hair, he said, yeah. Our sisters ain't wearing wigs no more either. We ain't playing them games. But yeah, you know, that's what they do. They want the little baby. Our sisters they like the little baby hairs. Don't y'all like the little baby hairs? Hanging down right here. Swooping it with some gel. Swooping it, yeah. But think about this. Does the Most High care about or understand or worry about the things of the world? Say no, right? How the Lord tempt you? So do he care? Do he worry about the things of the world? You see the coalition in it? Because the Lord know what you weak at. You've been 6 months. There you go. You've been 6 months. You ain't hit that blunt in 6 months. Walk down the street, you see a sack of, I don't know what it is. It look like something. Yeah, the Lord, that's how he go tempt you with the cares of the world, right? Because think about it. What did Solomon ask for? Wisdom of what? But what? Good and what? Good and evil, right? If the Lord is the creator, he also knows what? Good and evil, right? The cares of the world. The Lord knows how to tempt you with the cares of the world, right? It's going into the same thing, right? So this is how the Lord tempts you with the cares of the world. Okay, I know he like this. Yeah, I know she got a problem in this area. Yeah, sister got a little mouth on her. So I'm going to present this to her, right? Yeah, brother, he can't stop smoking them cigarettes. I'm gonna drop a fresh pack of Newports on his foot, right? Fresh pack. You got a brother right in your face. I'm gonna say, brother, give me one there, man. Let me get you. Shout me down. They would say, shout me down, brother. Shout me down. But this is the Lord. He does the same thing in this aspect for us, right? Just see if y'all can catch that. Go to Leviticus 19. Start at verse 15.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, and verse 15.
Bring it out.
You shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. But in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor.
But in righteousness we shall judge our neighbor. Read.
Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Lord.
So stand against the blood of your neighbor. What that mean? Moses saw his brother, and what he do? Yeah, he went and helped him. Man, you can't see your brother out here, man, getting whooped or jade or shot, and you don't help them, man. You standing at the blood of your own brother, man, right? That's the love that we have to have and bestow upon each other from the Most High God. The heathen don't know nothing about that. They got friendly fire. They got a little thing called friendly fire, yeah. Well, I was just out there, and I thought I saw a deer, and next thing I know, I just shot, and I shot Johnny all in the back. Oh, Lord, I shot him. Lying, right? They don't know nothing about this. They stand at their brothers or so-called brothers' blood, but the Lord told us not to do that. So if we see a brother or sister in help or in need, we got to help them, man. The same way Moses did, right? He went and slew the Egyptian for his brothers, right? Read on.
Verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
We shall in any wise rebuke our neighbor. That's the love that we have upon us. We got to tell our brothers and sisters when they right and when they wrong, right? This is the love that we got to show. Read.
Con, thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord.
Now go to Hebrews chapter 9 right quick. This is the love that we must show upon each other that the Lord has given us. The Lord didn't give this to the heathen. Why? Because they don't have this in them. They can't fulfill this. They will not be able to fulfill this love. 9 and 14. Hebrews 9 and 14. We're going to read down.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 9 and verse 14. How much more shall the blood of Hamashiach, who through the eternal spirit offered himself without spot to God.
Offered himself without spot. Who was that? Christ offered himself without what? Sin. Read.
Purge your conscience from dead works.
What do we need to be doing?
Purge your conscience from dead works.
We need to purge or kill those dead works in our mindset. Read.
To serve the living God.
Read on.
And for this cause, he is the mediator of the New Testament.
Of the what?
The mediator of the New Testament.
Testament can be also known as what? Covenant. Read.
That by means of death, for the redemption of the transgressions that were under the first testament, they which are called might receive the promise of eternal inheritance.
Of eternal inheritance. A lot of words in our redemption, right? First testament, right? The first covenant, right? Who were under the transgression of the first testament? When was that? When we made a what? Covenant by what? Blood sacrifice, right? So this is talking about the children of Israel. Jump down to verse 19. Let's home it in.
Verse 19. For when Moses had spoken every precept to all the people according to the law.
Who was that all the people? Israel, that's right. Keep that context. When Moses spoke, because did Moses speak? He spoke to the children of Israel, right? Let's keep reading and show it.
He took the blood of calves and of goats with water and scarlet wool and hyssop and sprinkled both the book and all the people.
So we know that all the people is going into all those that were under the what? First testament or what? The covenant, right? And we know that that covenant was only for Israel. We know that Psalm 55 is talking about the saints, right? Those saints are those that made a covenant, what? By sacrifice. Do we understand that?
What's the precept, Brother Bilal? Make sure brothers and sisters write it down. Remember, whenever he's reciting something from history, go back and put that precept on that history, because that homes in the point, that homes in the context. Read that in the book of Exodus chapter 24, start at verse 5. Make sure y'all write it down.
The book of Exodus chapter 24 and verse 5. And he sent young men of the children of Israel, which offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings of oxen unto the Lord.
Unto the who?
Unto the Lord.
So we see where he's pulling this from. He's pulling it from the Old Testament in the book of Exodus, and it's given the context. Start up at verse 4. Salaki.
Verse 4. And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord, and rose up early in the morning, and built an altar under the hill, and 12 pillars.
And what up?
And 12 pillars.
Read on up.
According to the 12 tribes of Israel.
It's telling you plainly. Now jump down to verse 8.
Verse 8. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people, and said, Behold, the blood of the covenant which the Lord hath made with you, covering all these words. Concerning all these words.
All people of who? All people of Israel. It was a mixed multitude out there, but he always distinguished the children of Israel from the mixed multitude. So you can't say that the all that the blood was sprinkled upon is the mixed multitude. He literally telling you 12 pillars for who? For the 12 tribes. Plainly, man. That's why you have to be able to do what? Precept upon precept. Do brothers have it?
Do y'all understand why we always talking about the mixed multitude? Why? Why do we always speak up on the mixed multitude? That's one great point, because Christians think that includes everybody, right? Because the mixed multitude was other nations. What? Yeah, it was heathen. That's the same. Yeah, right. But this is the only leg they have to stand on trying to put them inside of a covenant. It's the only thing they got. They try to use this and say that, oh yeah, well, mixed multitude was out there. Moses said he's talking to all people, right? This is why you have to make sure that you bite it ain't butt. Make sure you go precept upon precept to show them this is not what this is referring to. This all people has a context, right? That's why we always talk about that.
Heavily against precept upon precept. Don't read the Bible like that. Who said that you're supposed to read the Bible like that? Because once you follow God's instruction, is made more plain and more clear. He's quoting this from the Old Testament. So that Old Testament quote is going into the same context, going into the same audience. Go ahead, Doc.
Because let's go to John 15. Start at verse 10.
The book of St. John, chapter 15 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
If you keep my commandments, you shall abide in my love.
Read.
Even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love.
If you keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love. These people are not keeping no commandments. Therefore, they don't have the true love, or even can fulfill the true love that we must have one towards another. That's why you have people coming out there talking about they want to fight the prophets or they want to shoot up the block, because they don't abide in the commandments like we do. Therefore, they don't know how to show or obtain the love that we have for one another, right? And we know the law is only given to the Israelites, so by default, the heathen cannot obtain or show this love, right? He said, if you keep my commandments, you shall abide in my love. Read on.
Verse 11. These things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, and that your joy might be full.
Read on.
This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you.
This is a commandment. This is Christ. He said this is the greatest commandment, because if you understand that loving your neighbor and loving the Most High God is keeping the commandments, you understand that you are keeping all commandments by default, because morally you won't do anything against your brother, right? Dietary law, you will keep that, right? Civil, right? You will keep that, right? Festival law, you will keep those. That is showing love, right? Read on.
Con. Verse 13. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friend. That's the greater love that we have that Esau can never do. That's why they can never be with us. They wouldn't lay down their lives for us. They never did. Within the Bible and the scriptures, none of the heathen never laid down their lives for us. They might have helped us do some things so they can try to get some what mercy from the Lord, but they won't lay down their lives for us, right? Jump down to let's just go to Psalms 83. Because the heathen, they don't want to accord. But because they are missing the love that we have for one another, that's why this whole thing gonna crumble down. Y'all understand that? The heathen don't want to accord. And they've been on one accord for a while, doing a great job against us as a nation of people. But because they don't have this love that the Lord has bestowed amongst the children of Israel, this is why it's going to crumble. As you see it right now. Putin putting true information out about the Israelites and the Jews being black, right? Showing all these different pictures and images, right? Why? Because they don't have that love for one another. They won't want accord. They wanted to keep us down, but they don't have that love one for another like the Lord gave us, that we'll lay down our life for our brothers, right? Read this. 83 and start at 2.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 2.
Bring it up.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Uh-huh.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Read.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Read.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Oh yeah, they don't want to accord. Come, let's cut them off. Right? The Lord chose them. We don't want them to know who they are. Read.
Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
This is that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. This is them being on one accord. But they can't keep this up. It's showing you. They are fighting now. Everybody now is looking at America like, damn, you ain't nothing but a bully, man. And I don't have the love for you to say I'm not that. Why would all these nations have this nuclear mass power that they have if they had love for one another like we supposed to have for each other? Think they playing? You ain't name one time you seen them playing like that. Man had a gun and he playing. They not playing, right? Go to Psalms. We in Psalms. Go to chapter 2. We'll start from the top.
The book of Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?
Why do the heathen rage, man? And the people imagine a vain thing. Read.
The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying,
They set themselves up together, right? They working together. They don't want accord. Read.
saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision.
But the Lord is laughing at them right now, right? Because the Lord knows he has that omnipotency, right? That power to restore us again, to break that wall of partition, to put that vine back upon us, to grow branches and great fruit off this nation again. Read.
Con. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision.
Read on.
Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sore displeasure.
He said he's going to speak to them in his wrath and vex them sore, right? When they come down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, this is when this is going to happen, right? Read.
Yet I have set my king upon my holy hill of Zion.
But he said, yet I set my king upon the holy hill. Christ is ready, man. Read.
I would declare the decree. The Lord had said unto me, thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee.
Read on.
Ask of me, And I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance.
The heathen for a what?
For thine inheritance.
The heathen is gonna be for our inheritance, man. Who else gonna build up this thing, man? Right? Nah, we done with that work. And that's when we gonna get our rest. When the Lord talks about us get our rest, yeah, we're gonna be resting. They gonna be doing the work, right? We still gonna be putting these works of righteousness up, right? But they gonna be putting this thing back together. Go ahead, Al.
What's the precept, Brother Keith, for verse number 7 and 8? Verse 8. What is the precept? All praises. Make sure that brothers and sisters write it down, because Christ is quoting the same thing. Write it down, Daoud. Write it down, twins, Renard, Fred, all Bruce. Write that thing down, man. Go ahead.
Read 8 again.
Come, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, in the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
Read.
Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron.
We shall do what?
Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron.
We shall break them with a rod of iron. Read.
Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel.
Read verse 10.
Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth.
This is why the Lord is telling us now to be wise. That's why he's telling us to use wisdom. These nations are finna go to war with each other, right? It's bound to happen. World War III has been prophesied throughout the Bible, and it's going to come true. We've seen everything in the Bible come to pass. This too shall come to pass. The Lord said, be wise. Use wisdom right now. Don't keep playing games. You see the love that I have for you. The love that I gave y'all for one another, right? There's no greater love than this. Therefore, just be wise in this thing. Jump over to Joel 3 and 2.
Come. The book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Read.
And will plead with them there for my people.
For who people?
For my people.
He's going to plead with them for his people, a distinction, right? Read.
And for my heritage, Israel.
Man, read on.
Whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Whom have been scattered among the nations and parted their land. Nobody else has had this happen. The land of Israel has been parted. Now they gave that to who? Huh? They gave that to Amalek, right? Balfour Declaration, right? They gave that to them, right? That has had, and the other nations have not been scattered. Edomites try to tell me we scattered all over. Nah, y'all are vagabonds. Yeah, y'all ain't been scattered. Y'all just vagabond. You don't have nowhere to go. That's why. You ain't scattered. No, sir. No, you're not scattered. You just a vagabond. You just out here just going here and there, just taking over stuff. Right? That's what they doing. Jump to Matthew 12. 12, and let's start at verse 22. Jump down, start at 25.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 12 and verse 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
Do y'all hear that? The Lord said use wisdom. He said every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Is this not why World War I and II happened? Is this not going to happen right now? Right. This kingdom is being divided as we speak. Read.
Come, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand.
This is how we know that this world is coming to an end, that Esau will not stand, because there's so much division amongst the heathen. Yeah, they had the one accordness, if that's a word, one accordness to what be against us and to keep us down, but they don't have that love bestowed one to another. Read.
Come, verse 26. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?
And is that not what's going to happen? Is not Satan going to go against Satan? Is not the heathen going to fight against the heathen? Right? Or not the kings of the east going to come together? I hate when I do that, boy. Yes, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, but I was talking about the river. Euphrates drying up. Read on.
Con, verse 27. And if I by Beelzebub cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges.
Read on.
But if I cast out devils by the spirit of Yahweh, then the kingdom of Yahweh is come unto you.
So this is what we're doing. We're casting out those devils by what? By the kingdom of God, right?
That's right.
By his spirit, man, right? But they gonna do it to themselves. That's what they doing. They uplifting everyone's skirt, right? You got Russia them uplifting the skirt of America. You got China ready and willing, right? They are all going to force each other to what? Go into battle. Satan is going to cast out Satan. This is what is good. This is going to happen. Read.
Con, verse 28. Slaki, verse 29. Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods?
How can one enter into a strong man's house, spoil his goods? Read.
Except he first bind the strong man.
That's what they did to us. See, our house is our temple. Our house is our families, right? But the first thing that they did was came and what? Knocked off the head of the man, right? Showed you how they butt broke us, got us in order, and now everything else is fair confused, right? This is what they're showing you. Except he first bind the strong man. You can't take over that man's house unless the first thing you do is take over that man. That's what they did to us. Read.
Con. And bind the strong man, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house.
And that's what we have been. We have been a spoiled nation of people. Do we understand that? This is what's going on. This is what happened. But we know that Satan is going to cast out Satan because they're going to go into a war within themselves. Jeremiah 2:10-2.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen, because the heathen don't have love for one another. Right? They gonna do anything to each other, man. This is why the Lord said, learn not the way of the heathen, because they have no love towards one another like we do. Read it again.
Con. Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 2. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Read.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
The heathen are dismayed at them, but the Lord don't learn their ways. They don't have that greater love that I gave you. Why would you learn their ways and you have the greatest love for one of another? They don't have that love. Don't go after their ways. Don't learn their ways. Right? Jump to Isaiah 49:15.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
Can a woman forget her sucking child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yea, they may forget, yet will I not forget thee.
Lord is telling you, man, I'm never going to forget you. The Lord told us he had an everlasting love for us, and he now compared it to a woman with child. Can a woman forget her child? No. This is the Lord saying, I'm not going to forget you, Israel. Right? Read.
Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms. Salaki. Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands. Thy walls are continually before me.
Read on.
Thy children shall make haste, thy destroyers, and they that made thee waste shall go forth of thee.
The destroyers shall go forth before us. The Lord was telling us though, but hey, you're going to be scattered and the destroyers are going to go before you. They're going to be ruling you, right? Seeing what? Servants on horses, right? This is what he's telling us. Read.
Con. Verse 18. Lift up thine eyes round about, and behold, all these gather themselves together and come to thee. As I live, said the Lord, thou shalt surely clothe thee with them all.
So the Lord is telling us, you're going to clothe yourself with them. Those that what? Put you in derision, right?
Right.
You're going to clothe yourself with their ways. Read.
As with an ornament, and bind them on thee as a bride doeth.
As a bride do. You're going to wear their customs just like a bride do, right? Read.
For thy waste and thy desolate places in the land of thy destruction shall even now be too narrow by reason of the inhabitants.
It said because their way is now going to be too narrow by the reason of the inhabitants, and they what?
And they that swallowed thee up shall be far away.
And they that swallowed thee up shall be far away. He says that they shall even now be too narrow by reasoning, right? Read, go to Matthew 7:14.
Real quick, in verse 18 is heavy, man, because instead of us marrying the Most High, we married who? The other nations, the heathen. Think about it, man. Think about the attributes. Think about the characteristics of a husband. What's the attributes? What is the role of a husband? To protect, to provide. Look at our people, man. We will fight tooth and nail to save Esau. Think about it, man. Tooth and nail. We constantly at they beck and call, man. Constantly, man. Whatever they tell us, guess what we do? Just like a wife should doing righteousness unto her husband. But now we just done been flipped on the wicked side, man. Go ahead, huh?
Before we go, read 19 and 20 again. Yeah, my bad. Isaiah 49, 19 and 20. Before we go to Matthew 7 and 13.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and verse 19. For thy waste and thy desolate places in the land of thy destruction shall even now be narrow, too narrow by reason of the inhabitants.
It's going to be too narrow by the reason of the inhabitants. Remember that. Too narrow. Why? By the reason of the inhabitants. Read.
And they that swallowed thee up shall be far away.
And they that swallowed thee up shall be far away. Read.
The children which thou shalt have after thou hast lost the other shall say again in thine ears.
Say what?
The place is too straight for me.
This place is too straight for me. Read.
Give place to me that I may dwell.
Give place to me that I may dwell. Remember that. Go to Matthew 7 and 13.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 7 and verse 13.
Bring it out.
Enter ye in at the straight gate.
It says what?
Enter ye in at the straight gate.
Enter ye in at the straight gate. Read.
For wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat.
Remember, he said that the place, it was going to be too narrow, right? This is what's happened now. It was open, it was broad, but now through the inhabitants that we live among, the heathen, now they've made it very narrow, right? So narrow that what? Only one can go at a time, right? Read this again, 13 and 14.
Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
It said, wide is the gate that leadeth to destruction. Read.
And many there be which go in thereat, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life.
But narrow is the way that leadeth unto life. Do y'all see that? Go back to Isaiah 49 real quick and read 19 and 20 one more time.
Isaiah chapter 49 and verse 19. For thy waste and thy desolate places in the land of thy destruction shall even now be too narrow by reason of the inhabitants.
It's too narrow. Why? By the reason of inhabitants. Because of the customs and the ways that we are partaking in, right? Read.
Right. And they that swallowed thee up shall be far away.
Read on.
The children which thou shalt have after thou hast lost the other shall say again in thine ears, the place is too straight for me.
This place is too straight. It's too straight. We've been known for going crooked. We've been known for doing crooked ways, crooked customs. Right? Now we saying what? It's too straight. It's too hard. See, the customs of the world has what? Real quick, before we go back, I need one more precept before we get out of here. Go to 2 Maccabees 4. I just want one. I want 4 and 14, I think. 2 Maccabees, 2 Maccabees, I'm right. 4 and 14. They said this way too straight. Read this.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 4 and verse 14.
Bring it out.
That the priest had no courage to serve anymore at the altar.
See, that's what it's done for us. We ain't had courage to serve no more. We saying now it's too straight. I got to do too much to be an Israelite. I got to do too much to be in order with the Lord, to love God. I got to come to the feast days. I got to dress modestly. I got to love my brother and my neighbor and forgive them 77 times. It's too straight. I need a little crookedness in my, I need a little, it's just too narrow, right? Go to last precept for the law. Go to 2nd Ezra 7. We should know this one.
You want to start at 7?
Yeah. Go and get to the point.
The book of 2nd Ezra. You want to start at 6?
Yeah, you can.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things.
Right.
The entrance thereof is narrow.
The entrance is what?
Is narrow.
The entrance is narrow. Read.
And set in a dangerous place to fall. Like as if there were fire on the right and on the left a deep water.
Read on.
Verse 8. And one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small there could but one man go there at once.
So it has been so small and so narrow that our people has lost courage to even try to keep the laws of the Most High God, right? But this has happened because of the customs that we've been following, right? We have to come back to understanding that this way is going to be narrow, but that guess what? We have the love to do it. We have the means or necessities available for us to fulfill this love, this greater love that the Lord has given us.
Damn, real quick.
Man, go ahead.
Read verse 9.
Verse 9. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it.
If he
never shall pass the danger set before it.
Meaning the trials, the tribulations, family ostracized, all these things. Think about it, man. Read on up.
How shall he receive this inheritance?
That thing is heavy, man. Meaning we had to go through these things, man. And we have to understand how to fight, how hard that we have to do strive to keep the commandments. We have to know those dangers, man, because a lot of times, because it was so freely given to us, we didn't respect it. Think about how when earned, just cast it away. But now that you're making them do chores for it, making them work for it, now they respect those things. Even like similar to Lil Ben, he got a job. It's easy for him to spend my money and like buy this right here. No, Dad, I got to save that money. Well, what that same love, Dad, I got to save my money too then. So now he understand that. And that's the thing that we have to understand too. That's a heavy precept that I brought up. Go ahead.
Right. I want some Jordan. Yeah, buy your own Jordan. Yeah, see how that 200 and something hurt your pockets, I hurt mine. Yeah. I'll pray this to the Most High God for this lesson. Pray that brothers and sisters were edified today. I pray that the Most High Spirit was with us, encamping us, giving us the understanding to retain the precepts that were brought out. We pray that the Father is still with us today as we observe and keep the rest of this high holy Sabbath that he's given us. We always say keep the laws of the Most High God, so we always want to leave you with a law. We are the law keepers and the lawgivers, and we must leave the nation of Israel with a law. So let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 6. We'll read verse 1 and verse 5. That'll be our law for today. We thank y'all for sending to the GoFundMe or the Cash App. We thank y'all for doing that. This is for the building of the Lord's temple. That money is being only used for the kingdom of the Most High God, right? So we definitely thank brothers and sisters that have reached out, that do send alms to keep this thing going, right? Law for today, Deuteronomy 6 and 1, and jump down to verse 5. New moon next Sabbath. All praises, officers. New moon next Sabbath, man. It's going to be a double Sabbath. So we trying to adequately equip ourselves with what we need. Get your gas early. Gas ain't number like 214 now over there in DeSoto. I'm like saying, shoot, I'm crunk about that, man. So let's try to get everything we have to means to understand the double Sabbath.
Con. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which the Lord your God commanded to teach you, that you might do them in the land, whether you go to possess it.
That we might do them in the land when we go to possess it right here in our captivity, where we are scattered. Jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might.
The love we need to bestow the Most High God is with all our heart, all our soul, and all our might. We should earnestly want to keep these commandments, not because we're doing it for ourselves, but to show the Lord the thank yous that He's for the love that He's given to us. And we've seen that in the class today, the love that the Lord has showed upon us, and that He is showing upon us, and the love that He will show upon us. With that, brothers and sisters, happy Shabbat. Shalom.
Lit, bitch, we on fire. Ay, praise to the Most High. Ay.